stream. Alright, sorry everyone for the late start. I was literally just made my tea, I was about to start, and my niece rang, and I'm like, I'm sorry everyone, but niece takes precedent because she's adorable. Oh, hang on, I'm not quite ready yet though, because I haven't got my green screen up. Give me 30 seconds. We're ready. And thank you for the extra follows. Right, let me just check everything is sorted. Yep, and mute my laptop. Right, so we're back. This is the final and all my notifications are working. Excellent. This is the final weekend. Not the final stream, but the final weekend. Of nonnery. It finally turned up on my random to-do list this month, so excellent. Excellent news. We did have 404 followers, 404 followers, and I was going to make a 404 followers not found notice joke, but then we got one more follower, so now I have 405 followers, which is not quite as a fun error code. So yeah, but anyway, that's still pretty epic. I am very happy. And yeah, so we've got stream today, stream tomorrow, and we should be able to finish the second game in the Zero Escape trilogy. Ready for having a special stream, because we won't be doing a Saturday stream on Friday, next Friday, of the new AI Somnium files. So let me just get loaded up. And get some volume. I have cherry Coke tea today. It's brilliant. Oh, and that's great. Wonderful. Yep. I'm all ready. Perfect. Yep. Wonderful. Yes. So we are. Where are we? We are 35 hours of, well, nearly 36 hours. So, it's definitely gonna be finished this weekend. So what happened was, so we've still got a good portion left. I figured like 3 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow, we should definitely do it. So yeah, but we've still got, so this one we just unlocked. Who planted the bomb? This is lock number 9, but I stopped because we were waiting to get through to the next box last stream, which was Wednesday. We still have this lock, number 3. We have no idea how to unlock. We still have gate 2 to find the other half of the password, find the username and passwords. That's lock 1. That's lock 2. Lock 3. Lock 4. And seeing how they're numbered. Lock 5. And then that's 8 and 9. So there's a 6 and a 7 in this one. Somewhere. I don't know if there's a lock 10. We have, I believe we have 3 bomb codes which is 0, 1, and 0, 1, and 3. We've got key to gate 2, half a key to gate 2. Hi, Havor. So we've still got a chunk, but it's all sort of endgame spoilers from now on, which is why I put hashtag spoilers in the title. Hi, Nobles! Awesome. So if you haven't played this game, you do want to play it, and you are trying to avoid spoilers, we're very much on the last, like, 6 hours-ish. Less than 6 hours. I don't know. Might take slightly longer this time because I spent a lot of time talking. 6 hours-ish. 5 hours. Let's say 5 hours average. But anyway, we're in the last stretch. We've got lots of stuff uncovered. We're getting to the nitty-gritty of things. So yeah, if you are wanting to play, you've not played before, you are, wanting to avoid spoilers, then sorry, the stream isn't for you. If you don't care either way, or you've already played it, then feel free to come in and be like, yay. We're starting 40 minutes later than normal, but then I would plan to because unexpected niece phone call. Niece trumps everything, sorry. Or nibbling phone call. So yeah, so that person is you, and that's where you get the to be continued when you don't have the information that Dio is the bomber. I literally stopped it in the right place. That's great.
Are you high?
There we go, and we have a bloop straight away. Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I promise.
Knock it off, Sigma. You're doing this all backwards.
So this isn't a court? Besides, all we want is to know who set the bombs.
Ugh.
And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then a search will show that. But like an idiot.
Nice try, but that's some bullshit totalitarian logic. I don't think so. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs?
Timely-wimey,
Spit it out.
because I know about the Myrmidons.
The what?
I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Well, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul, and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. There's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs. And killed the old lady
The fuck
in the
do
other
you
time
think
limit.
you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what Free the Soul is, and I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called Brother.
But we know Brother is old. Hey dear, tell me, how does that foot taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about Brother? How would you know his age if I haven't said anything besides his name?
Wait, so he's left? But that means he's a terrorist.
Yes.
Terrorist?
Oh dear.
Left?
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously,
No.
though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone you two jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB
What's
plan?
that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all.
We don't. That's the whole point. We literally know what we managed to garner from this end, which was just weird, and this end, which was just sad because we did manage to cure people. Now, this end doesn't have the lab or the pods, so this end is not going to end pretty, considering Alice and Quark are out. So I'm hoping this middle route here has a labby thing. Yeah, the world ends on Friday. Did you not know this, Dan? Also, hi. Yep, so yeah, July 8th, end of the world. So we're doing a special stream of the new AI game. And then after that, there are no more weekends. Yeah. You'll have like 3 days to warboats. Also, hi. As I hoped it was obvious, it's the final weekend of me doing nunnery games because we're nearly there. 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 And then I'll be sad because then I can't go into the third game because the third game's not out on Xbox yet, even though we've already played it and I already know what happens because, well, I like these games. But we will have new AI. We've got Danganronpa 2, and all sorts of stuff. And it looks like we'll be doing, well, depending on how much I put into my RTTL, there may be some requests being able to be gotten out of the way. Pedestrian, LA Noire came up. Also some promo stuff. As well as this. This is actually in the random to-do list. I'm very happy. So yeah. It's all thingying happening. But yeah, so new month, new random to-do list. But mainly I'm just using it to help me pick games to play. And also the last campfire is so cute and I really like it. So I hope that comes up maybe on Warboats so I can play a bit more. But yes, 3 so far, 2 completed games. Got 2 more misses on my Warboats because I forgot that game happened to be in my Warboats thing. Yeah, Jesse requested Pedestrian because he really enjoyed it. It's on Game Pass, so we'll be doing that at some point this month. It looks fun, but yeah, it's come up. Yeah, but along with some promo games, so that's great. And hopefully it'll mash with Warboats. But I got my badge, so I'm not as fussed about Warboats. Especially when it keeps on picking like 7 achievements out of the same game. I would like it to have fewer duplicates. RTTL did slightly better this month. It only has 2 duplicate games. But yeah. So that's the plan. But yeah, I will try and figure out ahead of time schedules for the week so that people can watch for requesty games if they want. Yeah, no, that's fine. There's no judgment here. I got my 3 months of 25s in a row. I'm happy with that. And now I'm just, using it as a basis of cleaning up my game list. I'm not bean diving. I decided I don't like bean diving at the moment. I want to recover my dive from 2 years ago first. And then I might dive. But yes.
I
No, we
should
don't
have been
know.
more
Tell
careful.
us.
Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
It's not timeline. God damn it, no. I leap towards him.
Whoa there. Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then, that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So?
Maybe we'll get another code out of
Believe
him.
me, there's plenty more where this came from.
What?
Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. All of us except for one. Mioji.
Hey, Grandpa, your hearing gone? I said back off!
No.
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
What?
Mioji!
Oh, something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh, do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared? Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing.
I'm not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eyes twitched down to the device in his hands. That was all the opening Temioji needed.
Yeah!
He cried out as he leapt through the air. Temioji's leg shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio's hand. Shit, not good.
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening? There's a red light on it now.
Now we've got 30 minutes to live.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I should have said something. I didn't have time to tell you how it works.
What are you saying?
The detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bomb automatically activates.
Damn, how much do you know?
Everything.
Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Coincidentally, it might be how long we
How do
have
we
left on our
stop them?
bracelets. The emergency deactivation passwords.
None of us know them, though.
I know 3 of them. Right, none of us know. But there's someone who does, isn't there? Give us
What,
number 2,
hoping I
give us
might
number
spill the
2.
beans? Nice try. Unless one of you is secretly a medium, I think you're shit out of luck.
Wait, a medium?
Well, I'm out. Peace.
Wait. Stop! I threw myself towards Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned. Suicide pill. You ain't gonna take that
Shit.
suicide pill this time.
Go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. Shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open.
Hey! Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then, the others had run over and piled onto Dio along with me. He's gonna get crushed to death if we're not careful. Even then, he refused to stop. With increasing desperation, he tried to get the hand I'd grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the Soparil.
No. If we put him to sleep, we can't get what we need out of him.
You think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
We need code too.
What are you doing, Luna?
Shit.
Go! Right. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead, tell
I mean,
yourselves
I
you
was
can
thinking
fix it.
that.
Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake. Luna, shut him up. Right. Here goes.
But we need the code. I think I forgot to brush my hair. As they began to climb off him, I finally pried Deer's hand open. Yeah, will do. It was just what I'd expected. Suicide pill. Small, unassuming capsule. I don't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some kind of poison. I mean, there's no axe in this one. It's not Clover's ending. I stumbled towards the sink and tossed it into the drain. It looks like candy. How much time do we have left?
25 minutes or so, I believe.
And how much time until the white doors open?
25 minutes? It's always the same.
So, what do we do?
Well, hopefully better than we did last time. We put in the password and stopped the bombs.
We searched Dio, but he doesn't have a note or anything with the codes on it.
Well, only one option left then.
Yeah, and that is?
Intuition. We trust our hunches. We
That's...
still are missing one
Are you
password.
suggesting we just guess?
Do you have a better idea?
Well,
We still
no.
are missing
but-
one password. I can't
Wait.
guess one I don't know.
There's another way. What is it? Before I can tell you, everyone has to promise to do exactly as I say. No questions. What's your answer?
We all nodded.
Good. First of all, Sigma, you're coming with me. The rest of
Right.
you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse. Huh?
Why?
Didn't I say no
W.
questions? Good. That's it, we're done.
That's it?
Is there a problem?
That
I
is a
seem to
cute
recall you
animated
promised to
kitty.
do exactly what I told you to do. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma,
Happy time zone.
you're with me.
Yeah, it's 4 in the afternoon here, but I'll take morning, it's fine. If I turned without waiting and headed towards the door. And before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile. Take care of these guys, okay? And we'll see you back on floor B before you know it. So, just trust us, alright? Good. I couldn't think of anything else to say. I turned and ran after Fi. We still only have 3 of 4 codes, Fi. As much as I want to trust your intuition, we're missing code 2. So we're going to hit a lock, I think. We can disable bomb 3 though, which is the one in here. Might need to get my screenshots out. I've got clips as well, but... the screenshot should be easier if I can remember which way around. So, bomb 3...
Get the input device ready.
Okay, bomb 3... was the last one we did. So, if I get my captures...
How many minutes do we have left?
Well, they'll go off when the doors open, so... No, that's milk off. Ah, there we go. Hang on. Right.
That
There we
means
are.
we have
Alice
7
one.
minutes per bomb. That includes travel time, though.
Now we've got to get to the thingy. Bomb 2 is in the control room on floor B. Bomb 1 is in the garden. We don't know where 0 is.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got bomb code 3. Deactivation. So what are we supposed to do? I mean, you do have some sort of plan, right?
Well,
Clearly
it's not
this
like
is
I
not.
don't have one.
Then stop being so mysterious and tell me. What the hell am I supposed to do? Remember. She's going to tell us
You
to
need to make a
remember.
jump.
You need to make a jump?
Yeah. To another world. Another history.
I can't.
You didn't just guess that Dio set the bombs, did you? You
No,
knew it.
I knew.
Because you remembered it happening in another history, didn't you?
I did, but that's, I mean...
You just have to do that again.
So you're saying that I need to go to another history and get the password? Out of Dio somehow?
Doesn't have to be another one. It could be this one. Just go back to the past and question him. Then again, if you do that, you might end up changing things so you don't end up here. That would mean you couldn't deactivate the bombs in this history. So
Hi,
you have
Kai.
to come back to this exact moment, or...
Ah. Damn it, this is so confusing.
Well, don't think about it then. We don't have time anyway. Just jump.
Okay. No, I already have 3. I got it when I found out about the bomb. See you later. Are you insane? You're talking about transporting myself across space and time! Also, why should I have to do everything? Hey, she does a jump to get 0.
My jumps happen suddenly out of the blue. I can't control them.
Neither can I.
Hmm,
That's the lie.
that's a problem.
Come on, we've already got 3
All
codes
right,
stored in our
consider this.
head.
Maybe we've already jumped from another history to this one. But our memories of that history got damaged or something. We forgot most of what happened in that other timeline. If we can remember even a little bit, though. Anyway, it's just a hypothesis.
Are you saying I might know it already? And I just have to try and remember it? Yes, that's what we're saying, dear. Oh, wow! Look, we just opened up a whole ton of shit. We're gonna hit a lock, though, at some point. We don't have bomb 2 password. It's just weird, because this one doesn't have any Accelerate. We have no Accelerate, and we've got 2 people unconscious. How can this be the true ending?
Yeah, I feel like we know.
We know
So?
3 of them.
Anything? We need the bomb password. Do you remember hearing it in another timeline?
I stared down at the input device. So how's everyone's weekends going? Password, the bomb password. Actually, I did remember it. I had heard it. Coffee's brewing. Excellent. Right, okay. L. X. Q. L. H. C. Then M. R. Tired, sore, but not COVIDy, so yay. I mean, that is a yay. Right,
Good
so
job.
that bomb
It
password.
worked.
I don't have 2 though. Okay. Phew! I sighed and wiped what felt like a bucket's worth of sweat from my forehead.
So you knew the password after all. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess I did.
You heard it in another history?
Yep.
Just what happened in that other timeline?
Alice tortured
Ugh,
Leo.
never mind. We don't have time for that. How much longer?
18 minutes.
Good. We've still got time. Come on, let's go. We've still
4
got
bombs.
2 more. The
No,
number
we've
2
got 3
bomb is
more.
next on the list.
We don't have the password for that. So we're heading to the control room. We don't have to
Right.
choose password.
No time to waste. Oh, and
I
don't
got
forget
0
the
on the
input
moon,
device.
and I got 1 from the hologram person. But I have not uncovered 2 yet. I hurriedly disconnected the device from the bomb and chased after her. Oh, and then she was gone. Oh. We're gonna have a problem with the fact that there is still a bomb. The number 0. I don't know where it is. But also, this better go into another box, because otherwise I'm gonna have to type things in again. Oh good, it's another box. Oh, okay, it's not yet. But it will be. I hope. Pant.
You got it?
Yeah, right here. But I don't have the code
Look it
for
up.
you. Done.
Okay. Hurry it up. Plug in the password.
I don't have the password. Ah, hey. What the hell?
Calm down. You probably just typed it in wrong.
No way. I'm sure I did it right.
Try it
It's
again.
not the same password. Is he putting the same password in? Yeah, nothing. That password's no good.
Then it's different. All 3 bombs use different passwords.
Oh, we haven't figured that out yet. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, looks like it.
Shit!
Fi slammed her foot against the locker, her face uncharacteristically twisted by anger and frustration.
This is bad. What the hell are we gonna do?
Jump.
Try and remember it.
I
Did
don't
you
have
see
it.
or hear anything in another history that could be a password? A
Not for
different
this one.
password.
You mean like a different history from the other one I remembered?
Yeah, you figured it out there. You just can't remember it very well right now. Remember what happened with the last bomb? This one is just like that.
Another history. Another history. Password. Do I know what it is? No. Are you gonna give me a new box for it though? Can I remember it? I have to. I haven't been it yet. I don't have it. I tried over and over. Oh, good. There we are. We've got a box for it now. We're going to explode, though. But it was no good. Each guess was wrong. No matter how I strained my memory, I couldn't remember even a letter of the bomb's password. Because we don't know it yet! Had I even seen or heard it anywhere in the first place? Not yet. It's in the strand we haven't unlocked yet. I'd seen other histories. Had I seen what I needed? If I hadn't, then it was all over. If I couldn't control my jumps, then what good were they?
Sigma, just let it go. Our time's up. This is it. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You knew we were about to die, but you still stuck with me. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. You're a good person. There's one more thing. I'm glad I met you. The moment I saw you, you seemed familiar. Anyway, thanks. It looks like our time's almost up. Hopefully the others will make it. There isn't much hope for us, though. I think this is...
Don't you dare say goodbye.
What?
We'll meet again, somewhere, somewhen. I guarantee it. And I'll be back once I've got the password. We can jump through parallel worlds. We can change history. You see? This won't end here. I won't let it. This is just the beginning.
Sigma.
Aww. Hugs. Suddenly, I felt Fi's face against my chest. I put my arms around her and held tight. Then, boom. Everything went dark. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Over, but only temporarily. I don't know whether I saw those game over screens last time. So yeah, deactivate bomb 2, but yes, we don't have that, so we can't go past it. So the only thing we can actually currently do is go back here and pick no. No. That's not okay.
Why not?
Because I tried the other way last time and it
This
didn't
is
work.
bad. Which door do you want then? The only other choices are A and C.
I thought about it again. If I went with A, then Luna and I would end up paired with Clover and we'd go through the green door. Well, that's the one we're going to go. So I want to pick C to see what happens. We never chose C. We're going through the blue door with Alice. We did the blue door already, so I want to see if I can pick blue. So which one did I want? Because I want to see what happens when it tells me I can't. So I had to go through the blue door. I'd like to take option C, because it shouldn't be an option here. We should only be able to pick the green. We'll take Alice and the blue door.
Are you dense? What on earth makes you think I'd be willing to do that? There's no way in hell. I'm not going anywhere with you. You betrayed me in the last AB game. I don't pair up with assholes.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors
That's what happens,
close.
basically.
Oh no, what are we going to do?
Green.
We don't have much time left. Sigma, please, can't you reconsider?
I didn't really have a choice. There was no way I'd be able to physically force Alice to come with me, at least not in less than a minute. Good, good. Physical force not an option. Fine. In that case, green. I'll set for option A. Close the green door. So this is our final coloured room. And then we've got one more white room. I don't know. Probably in the one that we can't unlock yet. Based off the fact we seem to be stopping the bombs. I'm assuming we're going to go through a white door. So, yeah.
That's fine by me. Like I said before, there's something I want to talk to Alice about.
Are you going to tell me what this thing is?
That'll have to wait. Talk to me again on the other side.
Ugh. Now I'm curious.
So you're fine with this, Alice? With option A, I mean?
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Are there any other objections? Okay, that's it then. Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
We nodded quickly to one another and split up. Epiochi Deer and Alice headed towards the red door. Cakewalk and Phi right towards the blue. Maybe this one has a lab. Maybe you can somehow get into the lab. Maybe the white door has the cure in it. The gaping maw of the green door bounced in front of me as Clover, Luna and I ran towards it. I mean, literally, it's like, gotta be less than a meter.
2, 1, 0.
Based off this tiny, tiny little room.
Doors closing.
2 at the most.
Huh? Is this a dead end?
All 3 doors seem to be locked.
Treatment center, but we'll have the other one, which I believe
There's
is
some
archives.
kind of device over here. I wonder what it is.
It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
Clover, try pulling that lever. Just
Why
pull
do I have to
yourself,
do it?
Because she's gonna argue. It might be dangerous. I was hoping that you could just wrap your hands around it and give it a good... No! Need a water bottle. Bad Sigma. Bad, bad, bad Sigma. No. Squirt, squirt, water bottle.
This doesn't seem like appropriate workplace behavior. You're kind of grossing me out.
And me too. No! Someone slap him over the head with a wrench. Bad Sigma.
You're not making it any better. Why don't you do it?
Pepper spray maybe would be helpful. You can't take it. Maybe Luna can. No, no! Stop! 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 This is creepy. Creepy. I'm not
What?
reading that.
What
Not
is
reading
wrong
that.
with you?
Exactly.
If you're so desperate to give that lever a good time, why don't you do it yourself? Just leave me and Luna out of your sick fantasies, you creep.
Yep. Fine. But I won't like it. I sighed heavily and flipped the switch with as much languid disdain as I could manage.
Oh, one of the doors opened.
Yeah, just the one on the left.
We might as well go through it.
Maybe we should try flipping it one more time then. It's a life and death situation. Stop thinking about your penis. Disgusting, man. Disgusting, 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 disgusting. Inappropriate.
Ugh,
They've already
you
said
are
no,
disgusting.
stop it. There is no consent. Stop it. No means no, Sigma. Bad doggy.
So this is the archives. That's what it said on the door after all, but...
Yeah, I didn't really expect it to be so archivy. All these books and stuff everywhere.
Maybe we can find some clues here.
I agree.
Alright, let's split up and have a look around. Allons-y! Seek our way out. Right, so... He's a lion in the sun. What's this? What's this? Some kind of management number. Okay. The stairway. Go up A0502. Oh, we haven't got a thingy for it yet. Okay, right. Okay, so those relate to each other. I'm guessing this one is going to be called To the Sun. Done. Screwdriver! 50 gram, right? Ink. The die. Notebook paper. Books. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Alright, that is a die pan. Five plus 5 is 10. Oh, hang on. 5 times 5 plus 5. That'll be 30 or 50. Okay. So, zeros and just make it 30? 50? So they're all books in one. There we go. Right. We need to check stuff. Okay, so 50. Alright. Green one weighs way more than that. That's just the blue one. Okay, so the red is 50. Okay. Yeah. I didn't need to click check. I was trying to add the dice to it. So that's 100. Right, green is 100. Makes sense. Blue, are you going to be 150 or 200? 150. Okay, so there's no brackets, so I would do green times red. So green times red is 5,000 plus 150, 5,150. Or if we do 250 times 50. Oh my god. 25 times 5 is 125. Plus 2 zeros. That's probably more like it because that's a 5-digit code. 125. How do I? No? No, it was the first option. Should have just gone with my gut. It's correct maths. Someone's diary. Booklet. Latin. Okay. We're not going to keep the book. Okay. Okay. Well, those two give us different patterns. The book puzzle thing, we need a staircase. We don't have anything to put in it. Are we missing something somewhere? The answer is possibly yes. Creepy, 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 creepy dude! Okay, so 502. Oops. A502. It's the blue book. I think this is just where they're located. Are we supposed to put it in the... Maybe we're supposed to put it in space. Maybe we're supposed to put go up in the space. Ah! Let's switch sides. Why make the staircase? Go up the staircase. The line inside. Yeah, my gut was maybe that, you know, people don't necessarily know the maths rules, so that they just read it out. And that was totally wrong. It was like, yeah, this is the correct maths. So, and this is a wrong math, so therefore it must be the wrong math. It's hilarious. God, someone slapped him. We got a lion. It's a lion eating a sun. Hey, we got a memory card. I remember the dice puzzle. Excuse me. Okay, let's start with the report. So we want 564213. Is that right? Yes. 6, 4, 2. Six, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3. 6, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3. I maybe need to roll the 6 dice in the colours as well. I know I need 2 codes out of this, so, you know. Okay. Blue 6, red 5. Let's try that. Blue 6, red 5. The opposite of what I've managed to do there. Blue 6, red 5. So red 2, green 4. Green 4. Blue 1, green 3. Alright, well that's something at least. That's the green code. Are there any other colours anymore? Okay, well, let's just see if I get the green code just by putting the colours right. Blue, red, red, green. Why do I keep on doing that? Blue, red. So it works with any numbers, but it didn't work with the... Oh! Okay. okay. Well, that was the other option then. It was like, okay, I got the numbers right and the colours right. And then I did the numbers on their own, so let's just try the colours on their own. And then that just solved it. So yay, I'm happy. Okay, sun, moon. We are one room against getting a whole bunch of achievements. Let's open. Let's see what we got here. Secret. Secrets. Prisoner's Dilemma. Apple and banana explanation. Stuff about the antimatter bomb. Exploding babies detonator. Cybernetic arm. Oh, I wonder why we're getting information about a cybernetic arm. A device originally created to weaponize genetically engineered psychic bears. Just kidding, it's actually an arm augmented for online sex chat. Oh really? In truth, it's the arm from a mysterious libido-powered robot. I'm just messing with you. A cybernetic arm is actually a mechanical limb that you control with your mind. Really. It has titanium alloy for bones, and these are covered with ABT, or artificial biological tissue. The ABT even has artificial nerves, so you can feel pain through it, just like a real arm. It has veins that connect to the rest of your body, so if you inject medicine into a cybernetic arm, it'll flow into the rest of your body. What's this? Ooh, Luna's necklace. The necklace Luna is never seen without has a cage containing a blue bird hanging from it. If you twist the key on the bottom, it plays music. Oh, this must be Luna's arm. Sorry, not Luna's arm. As in Luna's arm of the flowchart. Not Luna's arm. That's a bird. Someone special gave it to her as a gift, and she says it reminds her of the following lesson. Search for happiness wherever you can, because the search itself is what will make you happy. Then we've got the 3 laws of robotics by Asimov. Not injure, must obey, must protect. And then the 0th arm. A robot must not harm humanity or by an action allow humanity to come to harm. Except where this would... Yeah, so first law. Exactly. Whether 016 was aware of this law is unclear, but in any event, 016 did act in accordance with it. So originally there were three laws, and then they introduced a 0th law. And then they've mentioned 016. Who's 016? I mean, 016 was what was written on Clover's leg, but that was Dio backwards. Very much Dio backwards. We just never... No one ever said anything about that. But I'm assuming that once we finally... Because this is the one where it's written on the leg. When we finally clear this, we'll be like, oh, I don't know what we're going to choose there, because literally... literally 2 of us are alive, and that's it. But yeah, this was the one where we found pupils. So yeah, everyone's dead. So yeah. So I wonder why we've suddenly got this information. I wonder why. Anyway, let's put the code in. I will stop being... Well, I think I'm being sarcastic. I don't know whether it's working. Moon, sun. It's like heavily accented sarcasm is what I'm trying for. Don't know whether it's working. Kai gets it if he's still awake. Oh look, we've got a key and a map and a piece of paper and the cards. Ba-da-ba-ba, elevator. Ba-da-ba-da-ba, moon cards. It's the final time we'll find a moon card. Kai's not awake. Okay, cool. But you still know why I'm being sarcastic, right? Or not sarcastic. I don't know what I'm being, but you know why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay. Clover. Okay, what's next? He's not even here. Okay, cool. Piece of paper. Is this the extra rules? Yes. Not voting is not an option. Everybody has to vote. Oh, the key. Exit key. the Sigma route and the other one's the Lunar route. I don't know. We now have a 016 hint. No one's opened the doors yet.
Is this another warehouse?
It looks like it.
Just like the one on floor A.
There's graffiti on the wall here too.
Mm-hmm.
It's something different though.
Memento Mori if the ninth lion ate the sun.
Did they make a mistake? That isn't how you spell it. They added that E to ninth, but why?
Because it's an anagram.
What does it mean?
Well, I think Memento Mori is Latin for something like remember death or don't forget your mortality. That other part, I mean, I assume it's just what it says on the 10. We've got lots of lions eating
whether or not a
suns.
lion has eaten the sun?
But what on
yeah.
earth does that mean? It just seems like gibberish.
Yeah, agreed. Whatever it means is beyond me. We need Fi to do an anagram thingamajiggy.
Look at that door over there. Doesn't it look just
Anagram.
like the one on the other floor?
Yeah,
got
but
no
there
lock.
isn't anything written on this one.
There's a big 9 on the other door. I guess that means this door isn't important.
I don't see anything that looks like it might open it either.
Nigaram. Nigaram. Yep,
Of
nothing's
course it
open.
isn't. I mean, look at this thing. It's solid steel.
Well, how do you open it then?
From the other side, maybe?
The other side.
Hey, what's the deal with those doors over there?
Interesting.
The ones that are glowing white.
I'm just going to pause there just because I'm going to have a little mini speculation of something. I don't remember whether it happens or not, but potentially in the whole all the doors are open thing, it just says the number 9 door won't open again. But it's possible that if people did go out and try and seek help and then come back, that they could possibly go down to floor B and open that door and let everyone else out. Because it didn't say that that door wouldn't open, it just said the number 9 door only opens once. There we go, that's my little bit of meta. So in all of these ends where people escaped, they actually did come back and let everyone out because they weren't all just trapped in there. And that's not Sword and Shield.
Do you think they could be chromatic doors? There are 3 of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. See, they've got those little boxes. Excuse me. Those must be the next set of chromatic doors we're supposed to go through.
But they're all the same color.
Well,
Wow.
for all the other doors, we had to add colors together to make another color. In this case, we probably just have to make white instead.
Well reasoned, Luna. Suddenly, the voice of the announcer echoed through the warehouse. Dio has opened a door.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
How the hell did that happen?
Someone on one of the other teams must have opened one. All they'd need is one of the moon keys.
Why would they do that without waiting for the rest of us?
We can ask them when we get there. Come on.
Because it's Dio is the answer. We leapt out the magenta door and into the warehouse. Oh. There's the Temioji, Dio, and Alice. Excuse me. Hey, what the hell is this? Why'd you open one of the AB rooms before the rest of us got back?
Alice and I haven't done anything.
Dio apparently felt he didn't need to wait.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I do have a problem.
Why? I don't remember saying anything about waiting until everyone got back to open the AB rooms.
Are you kidding me? He didn't talk about it because he thought it was common sense. Ugh.
Sigma's right. We were able to get back quickly, but the others could still be stuck somewhere.
No sooner were the words out of her mouth.
Oh, thank goodness. You're all here.
Something happened.
Yes. It's Quark, you see.
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. His condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Temioji shoved Kay aside and leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged startled looks and flew after. Nope, this is not auto.
Quark, come on, kid.
Oh. Auto, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Article 6. In the archives? No, that was just piles and piles of books and papers. What rooms did you find? Nothing even remotely like medicine there.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
I'm terribly sorry. There was nothing of the sort in the garden. Plenty of vegetation, but unfortunately, no medicine.
Oh God. Then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Look, just to be sure, where did the three of you go?
The pantry.
Oh.
There was tons of food everywhere, but Excelavir? Nothing.
Yeah, okay, I believe you. Temioji slumped to the ground. So we're relying on the final white door, to be fair, now. Because this route has no lab and no treatment room.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm
You're
going to stab myself. Blah, blah, blah. Let's knock him out. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. And then blah, blah, blah. Oh no, Alice. Blah, 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 blah. Radical 6. Oh no, Alice. Please stop, Alice. Let's go find Alice. Alice is in the garden. Sorry, we're just blah, blah, blahing. No one here, huh? Damn. Where'd she go? Okay. No point in complaining. I just needed to look somewhere else. I turned and headed towards the exit. She's in the garden in this one, I think. Because we've got a garden. She's in the garden when we're in the garden. We have it. Oh, set up the bomb. So, hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. It's Saturday. And all that jazz. Yeah, we're gonna get a good chunk done and then leave the final stretch for tomorrow. This is a pantry, huh? Oh, I was Temioji and Dio search this room. Lots of food, but no. If someone wants to leave, then people can get into the lab and get the accelerator, but, you know, damn, nothing here either. I need to find her quick, or she's going to do something bad. It's okay. She's in the garden and Fi's knocked her out. If she loses it like Quark did and no one's around to stop her. Shit, I need to hurry. Decided to try the garden where Fi, Quark and Kay had gone after passing through their door. Yes, I know we've done a lot of this lately, but it just gets to the point where it's like, well, no, I love this game and I want to get through it. I want to get through it. I want to keep playing it. But it will free me up to do other games once this is done. We won't be quite so obsessed until, obviously, the third one comes out. Which it will, because I'm holding confidence in my brain. So yeah, but I'm not quite sure what Jessie and I are going to be doing Tuesday, if Jessie's available on Tuesday. The first thing I noticed when I stepped inside was the smell! It smells lovely. Plant life. Dead leaves. Here, it's warm and wet like a forest after a spring rain. So yes, assuming Jessie is available on Tuesday, co-streamy thing, maybe Lumot, maybe Hourglass, not sure. Plants and stuff everywhere. Thursday will be a promo game, I think. Depending on Warboats versus RTDL. She's not here either. Oh no. Been searching Alice for a while and I'd found nothing. Okay. I hope that nothing had happened to her, but... I searched every corner of floor B. She's not here. Okay, well, oh, maybe she's dead in the crew quarters then. This maybe she's dead in the crew quarters route, which can't be a true route, which literally means the only route where we have left, where she's not, I don't know, maybe somehow the third white room that we've not been to yet has a cure. Oh no, we hit a lock. Where did Alice go? Lock number 6. Witness, I should just get to floor A. Maybe someone else has found her. I'm now confused. Don't think I have enough information to go anywhere else. Did I miss something? Maybe I've missed something. She's been in a crew quarters before. Doesn't look like anybody here. But this is a lock. This is lock 6. We can't get past that because we don't have bomb 2. That's lock 3. And this requires the username and password, and we've only got one of those. Maybe I missed something? Bomb 0. Bomb 1. It might just sort of unlock itself. Bomb 3. Yeah, we don't have a bomb 2 code. I guess we'll see in a minute, but... There are two places where she goes. If she's in the crew quarters, she's dead. Otherwise, she's been in the garden. Are we meant to be able to get through gate 2? We only have this Mikolov or whatever it was. Thing that Kay said before we took his mask off and found out who he was. Milkev Oli. Milkev Oli. So Milk, Ev, Evo, Lee. Meek, Evo, Lee. That's the only thing we have. We had that string thing, so that's code 0. No, code 1, code 0, code 3. Yeah, we haven't got a code 2, and it better bloody well unlock, because I'm going to be stuck. Right, I should have a look in the rooms. Room 2 is usually where she is. Stabbed herself with a thing. Are we supposed to stop her? Alice. First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It was almost like getting punched. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No! Why did this happen? Force one cheeky foot forward, and then the next. My legs began to wobble. I put a hand against the wall to steady myself. As my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down, calm down. It's pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, security director's office. We don't know what the third white room is. So there's 5 things left to find in the last room. That's pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. That's right. The bracelet's off, dude. It's definitely too late. Maybe we can still save her. However, maybe we can. And at last I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. But we can if we can somehow figure out how to travel back and come straight here, if that's why there's a lock. Oh, look, the lock's open. Oh no, the lock's open. Alright. Where did Alice go? Damn it. It was a lock, but it's now open. Don't know why. What was the lock there? No pulse. Clearly, she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. Embedded in her chest was a scalpel. There's no doctor, but judging by the angle, it looked like a good place to hold. Someone's looking.
We're all going to die. I'd rather die here!
Something in my brain snapped. A scream clawed its way out my body, taking my mind with it. Interesting. The last thing I felt was my body slumping to the floor. Or something. As the world went dark, when I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. We've travelled. Game over. Wait, what? $37. Right, okay. We wish to jump. Yes. We go straight to the crew quarters then and stop her? No one here, huh? Damn it, where'd she go? Then suddenly the world shifted. There we go. It was a lock, but we unlock it ourselves because we know about time travel. For just an instant, I was somewhere else entirely. My mind reeled, and then just as I'd begun to adjust, it was gone. As if nothing had happened. What was that? It's the same kind of sensation I'd found when I saw the vision of the bombs exploding. I need to find Alice and Neo. Where could she be? In the freaking crew quarters, damn it! Damn it, Alice, where are you? Crew quarters. What about the crew quarters? Yeah, that had to be it. I set off at a dead run. No line going on the job. But open the 6th lock. Excellent. There'll be a 7th lock in here. Whether we can open that or not is another question. Maybe we should take a tea break. Yes, I feel like we should take a tea break. We're an hour and a half in. That's perfectly halfway through. Let's take a tea break. Remember to enter the crew quarter hallways. I went straight for the door to the number 2 room. Okay. So yes, it's a lock 7 somewhere in here as well. That is a betray and a very short one, which we will do. But this one is a longer one. Do we betray first? Do we break pattern and betray first? Or do we ally just to get the story blip? To say we allied and then go back and betray, just because that's a really short ending. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna have a quick tea break. Well, okay, I say quick. We're gonna have a few minutes to have a break, get some tea, get some stretch, get some snack, and I will be back. I'm back. Sorry, just getting a snack, and my tea needed to brew, and everything. So, right, so we're going to hopefully save Alice. The moment I entered the crew hallway, I went straight for the door of number 2 room. Alice should be in here. I'll be quick enough. This is the first time we've attempted to use our power to save someone in the same timeline. I swallowed and threw open the door. Alice, so you were here. You are here. As I spoke, her eyes turned towards mine, but I didn't get the feeling that they were looking at me. I accidentally peeled my thumb earlier. That's fun. Her skin was pale and sickly. One of her hands held the scalpel, like it caught her in the middle of something.
What are you doing here?
Saving you.
Help me? What do you mean?
Let go of the scalpel,
No.
Alice.
I need it to get this bracelet off.
Huh?
Remember what Zero Jr. told us? The bracelet comes off when your heart stops. So I just have to...
No. Stop. Before I even finished the word, I was running. I grabbed both her arms and wrenched them back, pulling the blade away from her chest.
No! Let me go! I have to do this! I can't take it anymore. This whole thing is like a nightmare I can't wake up from. The only way I'm going to get out of here is to die!
Knock it off. With a grunt, I tore the scalpel from her hands. It was a second before I felt a burning pain in my left hand. Ow. I'd apparently cut myself getting the damn thing away from her. Aha. Very quickly, it progressed from a dull throbbing to a hot line of pain across my palm. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my hand tight. I was so focused on my pain that I barely heard Alice collapse. At least she's not dead, though. She didn't respond when I shook her. Hey, are you alright? Well, her bracelet is still on. I'm going to go with she's alright, at least somewhat. Alice, say something. It was a moment of terror before I realised she was still breathing. I don't know why, but it seemed she'd only passed out. Shit. What am I supposed to do now? Oh man, maybe the infirmary. It's got all those medical things. Buoyed by adrenaline, I hefted Alice's body and took off towards the infirmary.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
And we still don't have any way of fixing it. Yet. If I'd call everyone back after I brought Alice to the infirmary. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke. Surely just 6
Oh,
sets,
no.
because Luna's wouldn't. But
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. It's a special antiviral treatment. Whether or not there's any around here, though.
No! No!
In the
Oh,
lab.
Alice! I
Which we
don't
can't
want you to
get to.
die! Please!
Ah! I am at the very end, pretty much. Like another few hours to go, so if you've not played it before, this is going to be lots of spoilers now. I've been slowly working my way through stuff, so we're nearly at the end. If you've played it before, then this is the second time I've played it, but we're not doing massive spoilers because some people in chat may not have played it, and it's always nice to just make sort of snide comments about things that you know are coming and that sort of thing. But anyway, hello! Welcome. I love this game.
Please don't die. I don't want to be alone. Don't die.
You have played it. Cool. Clover wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and began to sob. Oh, Clover. None of us had the heart to pull her off, so all we could do was stand and watch uncomfortably.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh god, I forgot we have to vote.
All players, please enter your votes.
Oh my god, there's been so much going on, I forgot we had to vote. Yeah, so we'll do a quick ally just to register it as having done it first. Then we'll do the betray just to get the last broken end, last little ending. Well, the last little ending on this side anyway that we can access. So
If
yeah.
no vote is recorded
I'm hoping we get
before
code
the
2 on this
deadline
strand,
has
otherwise we're a little
passed,
stuck.
any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Guys, I think we should get back to the warehouse.
But Alice and Quark.
I guess we're just gonna have to leave him behind.
No! I'm not leaving.
We're going to have
I'm
another Temioji
staying here.
situation again.
Like heck, I'm gonna leave Alice all alone.
That's
She's
okay.
going to be fine. I gave her some Soberil. She'll just be sleeping like Quark.
I don't care. I just want to stay with her. She shouldn't have to be all by herself.
Well, that means Clover's going to ally.
Everything's coming up Sigma, huh? What a lucky, lucky man you are. You two are gonna be playing against Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally. That means if she stays here, the two of you are gonna be sitting pretty. Especially you, Sigma. After all, you've got 6 BP right now.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying I'm going to choose Betray? I mean, Dio, you're up against 2 people
If you
with 1
do,
BP.
you'll get what you need to escape.
You bastard. There's no way I'd do that. Well, I
Is
mean,
that
it will
so?
be, but not first. It is so. For one, I'm not the only one making this decision. Luna's my partner, and she'll be in the AB room with me. You really think she'd just stand by and let me do something like that? Back me up here, Luna.
Well, actually I was planning to let you make the decision.
See? Told you. You can lie to us if you want, but you can't lie to yourself.
Shut up, dear.
If I might make a suggestion, what if Sigma and Luna both remained here?
Yeah, we can't
Should
do
all
that.
3 of you abstain,
The
then you would
rule
all be
thingy.
guaranteed to ally, correct?
No, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Why not?
Because we got extra rules that no one else got. Here, take a look at this. I pulled out the scrap of paper we found out of my pocket. We're gonna skip. Can we
Huh?
skip?
What's this? There wasn't any...
Nothing in the
Nothing
garden.
in the pantry, nothing in the garden. I know, we found it. We put one in the archives. And it's the supplementary rules. Not voting, not an option. Both parties, everybody penalised. Blah blah blah. We've read it before about 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, possibly. Get it? The whole team can't abstain. Unfortunate.
That
Otherwise
means
it would be
either
great.
Dio or Tenmyoji's going to have to vote then. And they're playing against Alice. Oh,
2 1s.
I guess playing against is a little generous.
Yes, Alice actually can't vote. Dio is going to kill her unless Tenmyoji goes in and votes ally. Yeah, so Alice is guaranteed to vote ally, which means that if Dio picks Betray...
knock it off. You trying to get back at me for what I said earlier? No way am I gonna choose Betray. You do know her BP's at 1, right? What do you think would happen to her if I did that?
I mean, do you care?
Anyone whose BP
No, you voted
drops
ally,
to
didn't
0
you?
gets penalized, just like when you break the rules.
This is the strand where Dio votes ally because it's against Luna for some strange reason. I don't know why. Hi, Fuzzy. Yes. My niece called, and she's 3, and she's adorable, and she wanted me to put the face filters on so that I could be all the animals for her. And I can't say no to that face. She's just adorable. And she was very, very sleepy. So it's a very one-sided conversation, but it's still adorable. But yes, it was like, I was literally about to press stream, and my phone rang, and I'm like, great timing. Oh, that's cute. Yes, I have had text from my mum where it has been my niece doing the texting. And it was basically just random strings of characters, and it was hilarious. She was like very, very young then. But yeah. When my niece calls, I answer. But yes, it was very good time. If I'd already pressed go live, then I would have had to miss the call. But because I was like, oh, panther emojis. Yeah, well, yeah. It's literally, if I'd pressed, I would have missed because I would have pressed go, and then yeah. But I was running a minute late because I was like, I need to grab the tea, and then I need to go to the bathroom, so I would have been like 1 or 2 minutes late. But then yeah, and then my phone rang, and I'm like, oh. So there we go. But yes, hi. How are you doing? I'm glad I caught the third Nancy Drew stream. It was very cool. So if people are following Fuzzy, then Fuzzy does cool Nancy Drew streams. I did enjoy. I mean, to be fair, after all the puzzles, it felt a little bit anticlimactic at the end that there wasn't like a big shootout and stuff. I don't know why I was expecting a shootout in Nancy Drew, but yeah. I think I may have missed the dynamite. This was like nearly 2 in-the-morning, so there were occasionally where I closed my eyes and then I opened again and then the scene had changed. So I may have missed the dynamite bit. I remember you running like the minecart. There were like 7 deaths or 7 good newses or something. And then suddenly there were 8, and I'm like, oh, I must have missed one. So I think I missed the dynamite one. There was lots of things with sticks with symbols that I kept on blanking out on. So I was quite glad that it was the end because I was like, I really need to go to bed. But I'm also glad that I caught the end because that was fun. And it was interesting how it all fit together and the fact that you couldn't solve the Steam thingy until the very end and that sort of thing. So that was awesome. But yes. So it was a wrench. Yes, it was not a game with a real villain. Yeah. But it was still fun. So yeah, we got as far as bomb number 2, which we don't have a code for. So we went, oh shit, we're stuck. Then we went back and did the last red-green room. And then we hit a lock, and I went, oh shit, but I can't go any further with anything else. But then the lock unlocked, and we went back and we saved Alice. So we're just about to go into her voting. We are going to ally first to prove Dia wrong, and then we'll quickly nip into Betray to get that out of the way. And then hopefully at some point we'll get the gate information, and also that will unlock. But I'm not sure. This is going to be split over 2 days tomorrow, but we've got at least another hour or so today, I think. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past you.
What?
Cool it, boys. Don't worry. I'm gonna be in that room too. I'd planned to stay here with Quark just to make sure he was safe, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that luxury. I can't trust Dio to make a decision for all 3 of us. That means we're gonna be sharing a room, bucko. I've got my eye on you. Happy now, Sigma?
Please don't kill Alice. That's a relief.
Exactly.
To be there. Can we not kick him in the balls again?
Man, everybody's against me.
Yes, because
Whatever
you
shall
are a
I
murderer
do?
and a terrorist.
Can't be too careful. I wouldn't want to see Alice killed by an unfortunate accident.
What do you mean, accident?
Oops, I accidentally hit Betray.
Tenmyoji, before we went into the CDs, you told Alice there was something you wanted to tell her. What was it?
Huh? Oh, that, well, I mean, look, it wasn't important. Just forget about it.
Yeah, just
5
put a good
minutes
vote.
remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's running out, people. Clover and I will stay here and keep an eye on Alice and Quark. Everyone else needs to go.
What?
You're staying too?
Yeah. Something does happen. Clover might need a hand.
I thought Luna was staying. Aren't you a solo? You're playing against Kay and Quark, but with Quark out, that means Kay would get to decide this whole round.
Are you saying that you trust me?
Yes.
It's about as far
Even
as
though I
can
have 6 BP?
throw you right now.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you nuts? What happens when he gets 9 BP?
I'm not worried. Kay won't betray me.
How can you know that?
I just know, I guess.
You just know? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Did something happen between Fi and Kay while they were out exploring?
I understand. I can hardly betray trust like that, can I? I will vote for our team.
Good. We're counting on you.
I thought Luna was staying. Is
I've had
Luna not
enough of this
staying then?
bullshit.
4 minutes
I
remain.
mean, hopefully it'll be allies across the board.
Ambidex game polling closes.
We're going to do allies across the board first.
Come on.
Then
We
we
need to
will quickly
hurry.
skip timelines and hit Betray just to get that ending.
All right,
But I
you
have to do
kids.
ally first.
Take care of those two, okay?
It's just principle of the
course.
thing.
We promise.
With that, we're off. I'm promising. Be good. Give one last quick nod to find Clover before heading back for the warehouse at the dead run. But we have 9 on a Betray route. Will they let us go out of the thing? I doubt it. We're going to get sat on again. We always get sat on. Everybody ready? I'm going to open my AB gate. Although, I guess that doesn't really matter. I already opened one earlier, but... Yeah, we've got like 2 minutes. Stop prevaricating, you numpty.
Then only you and I remain.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Two more AB gates slid open. We all shared one last look at each other before ducking into our respective rooms. Yeah. I love this game. I love this game. I'm hoping like the third one in the series comes out this year. No! We're not dead yet. Did you have a nice walkies?
2 minutes remain
We
until
are
Ambidex game polling closes.
bottom of the flowchart, basically. We're on our last unlocked ally betray ending. We're going to ally first, and then we're going to switch back and get betray. And yes, we're just going to go for another hour and a bit and see how it goes.
What are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to vote?
Good question. If Clover isn't voting, then she's defaulting to ally. Betraying someone who isn't even playing hardly seems fair. But Evil Sigma would do it
Of
just to get
course,
an
I
ending.
think so too. I'm just glad to hear you say it.
Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Little Randy Milo, I guess. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. We have not got any information about Luna, or much about Kay, to be fair. Or really us, but there's a reason for that. We got some information about Kay. I guess there's a lot of questions. I guess there's also a Quark ending somewhere. Because we got the Temioji one, but maybe not. I feel like there's nothing else to add for Quark. Other than the poor kid doesn't seem to get much of a break. He keeps on getting knocked out for half the round. Grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute. Great! Something about the non games. Okay, for a minute, the non game didn't seem so scary. Then she spoke.
Sigma.
Yes,
what's wrong
exactly.
with your hand?
Oh, yeah.
There's something white on it.
There's white? There's what? Why am I bleeding white? What? What the hell is this? For the first time since I found Alice in the crew quarters, I looked down at my hand. I'd forgotten about that. Across the palm was some sort of strange white liquid. For a moment, I thought I somehow touched some white paint or something similar. Maybe it was because you kept on going on about stroking the levers for like 10 minutes. But yes, let's all have a laugh and get it out. Yes, it looks like he did something to himself and now he's covered in something. Yes, he was totally pulling that lever. Yeah. I gave it a quick jerk. Right. Good, got that out of our system? Cool, but the truth was far stranger. The liquid was coming from my hand. Why are we bleeding white? It was coming from the cut I'd given myself when I grabbed the scalpel away from Alice. But why? Where was the blood? Are we a robot? I felt an odd sort of fear begin to wrap its hand around my throat. Quickly, I held my palm against my chest. Now it's going to look like I've got white stuff down me. I shouldn't have let Lena see that.
Are you alright?
Yeah, it's nothing. Oh no, I remembered the thing that the reason that is bleeding white. I remember everything about Luna and Kay. I hadn't remembered some stuff, but it came back to me as we were playing. I know exactly why he's bleeding white. But I'd forgotten that particular image. I just peeked my mic. Basically, I'd forgotten that particular dirty looking image. So there we go. It's nothing. I went to the pantry while I was looking for Alice. There was some milk and I spilled it. It sounded even stupider as I said it.
Really? But...
Yeah. Just shut up. It's fine, alright? I'm fine. I regretted the words the moment they were out of my mouth, but something was wrong. Very wrong, and my head was spinning.
Sigma...
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Just don't. It's just don't worry about it, okay? Oops, didn't mean to hit that button.
30 seconds remain until polling closes.
There was no time left. I had to vote. Took a few deep breaths. The chaos on my mind refused to calm itself. Just think about the AB game now. Calm down, calm down. You need to think about the AB game right now. Just forget about your hand. Or was I kidding? There's no way I could forget about something like that.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out their rooms as they did.
So you chose Ally after all?
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing on my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing.
Do you want to go see the results?
The mysterious white liquid. Sure. Luna nodded and walked off towards the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching and opened my hand. I'm going to give it a lick just to check. The liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out since it was still oozing thickly out of the slit in my hand. What in the hell is this? It couldn't be blood. Could it? No. That was impossible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything that looked like that. I had never seen my blood do this before. In 22 years of life, I'd seen my body bleed many times. Scraped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife as an adult. But every single time I bled red like any other human being. So why was it that this time it was white? I wonder why. What the hell is happening to me?
Hey, Sigma, what are you doing? Get the hell over here. They're gonna show the results.
Yeah, right. On my way. I did my best to compose myself and headed over to join the others.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Ally, 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 ally. That's the first time everyone's voted ally. Good peoples. Unfortunately, Temyoji and Alice are still going to have a couple more rounds before they've got enough.
Accordingly.
Everyone else can get out.
Please check your bracelet to see your
Nobody could see that coming.
bracelet points.
How the hell did Temyoji convince Dio not to kill Alice?
This is incredible. Look, everyone voted Ally.
Yay! Okay, so we've registered that as that was our first vote. We're just going to nip back and see what would happen if we voted Betray. We know what will happen, but I want to clear that room, really, because it's the only...
2 minutes remain until
It's really the only,
Ambidex
non-actual
game
gives us
polling
story shit
closes.
right now. Skip through all the weird white blood share And then we're going to betray because we are a horrible, horrible person. But we're freaked out because we're bleeding white. That is my reasoning there. And Luna is going to be so disappointed. Stepped out the AB room. I could see the others filing out of their rooms as we did.
Why?
Because I'm an evil bastard. I didn't have an answer for her. Oh, no, I just did. Because I'm an evil bastard. All I could think about was that white liquid. That's the reason. What was it? We're freaking out. We're some kind of robot. Some kind of discharge. Ew! Blood? No, it couldn't be blood. I am human. I'm not a robot. Blood wasn't white. That was insane. We're an alien. We're actually a secret alien. There we go. That's why we had to vote betray. I was lost in thought when Luna spoke.
I'm going to the infirmary.
Okay, sweetie. Don't you want to see the results?
Why? I already know what they're going to be.
Yeah, there's going to be ally, and fuck you, betray. Her usually warm personality seemed to have gone cold. Whether it was because I'd chosen betray or because she'd noticed that something was wrong with my body. Couldn't say. But anyway, we're doing this out of protest. And with that, she was gone. Out of protest, we are doing this because we have to do it to get all of the little thingy-majiggies filled in. I turned back to the projection. With heavy steps, I headed towards Keidio and Temuji. Can I get to the door before they stop me?
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Maybe Dio did a nasty as well. And Kay. Maybe Dio and Kay did a nasty and there's lots of betrays. Oh no, hey, no. No, it's just us who are evil, evil bastards. Just us. Just me who's the douche.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
I betrayed Clover's trust.
Please check your bracelet.
This is not my genuine decision. I always would the ally if I had the choice. Possibility. But I just have to clear this flowchart.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Sigma has 9 BP?
Yeah.
See?
Sigma's a dick.
I told you.
Yeah.
The bastard's finally showing his true colors.
Uh-huh.
What the hell are you doing? Clover
Doing
isn't even
all
voting.
possibilities.
I have misjudged you.
Yes.
I never thought you would do something so cowardly.
I am a robot. Or an alien. Possibly some strange discharge beast. There was nothing I could say. I had chosen betray. Of my own volition. No! But had I really? No! I just was clearing up my flowcharts. I chose ally originally. See, it says ally first. This was the last betray here. But had I really pressed that button of my own free will? No! The white blood thingy-majiggy. Yeah. The more I thought about it, the more I felt as if some other force had guided my hand to the button. Stop trying to blame me. It's not my fault. It's your fault. It would have been fair. I was scared by the white fluid that appeared on my palm. It wasn't the usual kind of white fluid that appeared on my palm. Maybe that had been the tipping point, and I decided that I had to escape as soon as possible. Damn the consequences. See your true colors. That's what they mean. If I got out, then the nightmare would be over, and no one would find out that I was an alien. Was it all right? A nightmare. It couldn't be real. White blood was insane. Impossible. That was when I looked up and saw the others staring at my hand. Shit. Quickly put my hand behind my back, but it was already too late. They moved towards me like wolves closing in for the kill.
Sigma? What was that?
He was cut. It must have been blood.
But why was it white?
I don't
Isn't
know!
that obvious? He's not human.
Alien.
Not human.
I'm an alien. No, no, what are you saying? Of course I'm human. I'm 100...
Then explain
human.
that white stuff.
I swear to God I have no idea what it is. Just say I had an accident. You have to believe
I'm
me.
afraid you're not being very convincing.
Oh, you're one to talk. We can't even see you. You could be a robot. Maybe that's not even a suit. That's just you. Robot you.
No, that seems extremely unlikely. However bad my amnesia might be, I am quite sure of my humanity.
You're not my
I am,
dad!
without a doubt, not a robot.
They probably just programmed you to think that.
Alright, it's pretty obvious this guy's dangerous and probably unhinged. We should take him down.
I agree.
The terrorist.
Looks like there's no other way. Now that he's got 9 BP from stabbing Clover in the back, there's a good chance he'll
did
try and
not
get out
stab
of here by
Clover.
himself.
We just gently betrayed her. Hey, hold on a minute. Let's not do anything rash. We're gonna get sat on again, aren't we? You gonna do? Knock us out? Yeah. Didn't have a choice. Spun around and ran for the number 9 door.
No, I don't think so!
Shit. Let go. Let go of me. I was no match for all 3 of them. Very robophobic. Yeah, I'm sorry. Before I could take 2 steps, I was on the floor, pinned. Oh my. Be white stuff again. The desperation was only getting stronger, however, and I writhed and twisted in a futile attempt to get free. Sorry. God damn it! You have to let me go! No, I don't. It's a betray ending. This is bad. This is some kind of mistake. A misunderstanding. It's a conspiracy! For what?
So, there's a conspiracy to turn your blood white? You're a funny guy.
Stop trying to get away. It's over.
Get off me. Let me go!
If you won't calm down, then you leave me no choice. I'd hoped we could avoid this. Try not to struggle too much.
No, don't! You're gonna whack me in the back of the head again. Ugh. I mean, jokes are okay. As long as they punch up and don't punch down. We're at the end, so we're sort of mostly avoiding spoilers, but maybe, like, not anything we've directly not found out, possibly. The first thing I felt when I woke up was the hard pain of a bruise all the way across my neck. Okay, it must have suffocated me. Great. My head felt like it had been stuffed with cotton, and I had to put out a hand to steady myself as I stood up. But it's okay. We'll get an ending, and then it'll be good. Where am I? Oh, there's Cyprian on the thing. Is this the infirmary? Also, where is everybody else? How long had I been out? My foot bumped into something, and I looked down to see the injection gun. Glass vial labelled Betrayal was still attached to it. If the anesthetic still works, we can't be a robot. After choking me, they'd made sure I wasn't getting up in the near future. But hey, what about the door? We'll die if we don't get through the door. That meant I could have been asleep for a long time. Where is everybody? I glanced around the room. They get 9 points to go without me. I mean, check my bracelet. Do I still have 9 points? It was empty except for me. Where? Yeah, exactly, right? It took me a moment to realise what was especially odd about that. Where are Alice and Quark? Even Quark and Alice have disappeared. What the hell is going on? Right. Ooh, tea. Was when I noticed it. Quark and Alice weren't the only things that had disappeared. 2 things. 2 other very important things were also gone. My bracelet and my left hand. Oh, fuck. just casually removing someone's hand. What the actual? For a long moment, I just stared, dumbstruck. What I was seeing couldn't possibly be real. This is possibly also the unlocking condition as well, but there it was, a smooth cross-section of my arm where a hand should have been. A thick white liquid dripped slowly from the stump. Wait, they didn't even bandage it up! What is this? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Well, I suppose they took it so they could do the rooms, but also... Ah! They took my hand! A scream clawed its way out of my body, taking my mind with it. Aha! The end. Then after that, nothing. So they could have all left as well. Yes, the white stuff doesn't seem to coagulate. That is really rough. They could have at least done the courtesy of cauterizing it or bandaging it or something. There's got to be something in this future place. Game over. Okay, so... these will just overwrite that for now. 38 hours. Okay, cool. So that is Sigma. Game over. Right, perfect. I just wanted to clear that one up. But actually, that gave us interesting information. Didn't unlock. The unlock is over here, I think. Let's go back here. Skip through to the stuff. Ally, ally, ally. Epic. Everyone voted ally.
This is
Luna is
incredible.
really happy
Look,
about it.
everyone voted ally. You did just like you promised, Kay.
How could I choose Betray after what Phi said to me?
Tenmyoji and Dio voted ally too.
Of course. If we hadn't, Alice would have died.
Yeah, well, that's about it, I guess.
We should thank the both of you as well. I'm happy to see you also chose ally.
Yes, we just
I
forget
didn't have
that
anything
betray
to do
stuff.
with it. That was all Sigma.
Then thank you very much, Sigma. Sigma?
Yeah, we definitely
Sigma,
didn't
are you
pick
all
betray.
right?
No, we're not all right. They removed our hand.
What's wrong? Just say something.
Huh? Oh, yeah, looks like we all allied. That's great.
Sigma, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you've been acting a little out of it ever since we came out of the AB rooms. What happened? You make it past at Luna and get shot down?
No, nothing like that.
Hey man, it was a joke. You remember what that is? A joke? You're in pretty bad shape, huh?
I can't tell when people are joking. Before Dio could continue, the heavy metal rumble of the door shutting echoed throughout the warehouse. So, what happens now? We've still got bombs. Do we get the second? We've got to get the second
The
code.
Ambidex gates have closed.
Otherwise, we're getting down,
Round
narrowing
3
down stuff.
of the Ambidex game will be the star round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want to? Then that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we like, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Zero Jr. said something about this, didn't he?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, right. Sorry to be a pain, but could you all show me your bracelets?
Why is
I
that
want to
being
see
a
what all your
pain?
colors and assignments are.
It's reasonable to ask. Everyone nodded and held their arms out towards him because there's not. Why do people apologize for stuff that isn't even a thing to apologize for? I stared at them, terrified to follow suit, but certain that refusing would only draw more suspicion. Just make a fist and hold out your fist. There you need. Yes. I held up my arm, hand titled into a white-knuckled fist to hide the cut. When their eyes landed on my hand, my heart skipped a beat.
So Dio and Kay are a yellow pair. Luna and I are both pairs, but our colors are different.
Right.
I mean, British, Canadian, literally every culture. Well, okay, like a great number of cultures have a whole apologizing for everything thing. I'm just trying to stop myself apologizing for stuff that doesn't actually need apologizing for, that isn't an apology thing, so that when I say sorry, it's an actual real sorry. So, but it's really hard because I'm a people pleaser, and you know, I don't want anyone else to ever be, you know, like upset. So I always say sorry about shit, but it's like, no, stop saying sorry, damn it. Yeah, because it just undermines yourself as well. You know, if you're always apologizing for things that aren't even things to apologize for, people are going to even take you seriously. I feel that especially as a woman. But yeah. Anyway, ow. I really did peel my thumb earlier. Damn it, I was peeling potatoes. I made cottage pie. And yeah, I accidentally... Or did I grate my thumb? Oh, peeling or grating. Yeah. It was either the cheese grater, because I put cheese on top, because of course, or the potato peeler, but either which way, I seem to have taken some of the skin off the top of my thumb. And I keep on worrying it, going, what the hell? And it's like, no, yeah, it just hurts. It's fine, because I don't have to press many buttons. There's no any colour coming out, thankfully. It just is the top layer of skin. My hands are pretty resilient, but yeah, I bleed regularly, so I know it's definitely red. Like, these are definitely my arms, because like my eczema always splits and I definitely bleed red. Plus, I donated like a week ago, and it was definitely red. I saw it came out into a bag and it was all red, so we're all good. I'm not a robot.
You're a Cyan, and I'm magenta.
That makes Sigma the only solo, huh? A red solo.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the 4 we left in the infirmary?
Red, that
Luna
means
and I are
Cyan.
pairs, so 2 of them are our partners.
So I'm
That
pairing it
means
with
the other 2 are
Temioji
solos. Although, I guess we don't know what colors they are.
They're probably green and blue.
Yeah.
Why's that?
Didn't you see them? There are a bunch of white doors in the Floor B warehouse.
Yeah, I've donated blood since university because in my head it gives me a little bit of karma, which balances out when I do dumb shit. Stupid shit. Like saying ableist words. And I don't watch the needle, but I do have a little race to see if I can donate really, really quickly. It doesn't affect me, except for last time it did, because I got up way too quickly and then I felt faint. Oh no, I get it. I get it. I've got friends that want to that can't because of stupid regulations and very homophobic regulations. And I've got friends that can't because they have needle anxiety or, you know, any kind of anxiety related to medical tests. That's great. I just can't watch the needle. If I had to watch the needle, I couldn't do it. But yeah, I do it because I feel like I need to balance out stuff. Like, there's a scale, and there's like karma scales, and like giving blood is a good thing. Saving lives, thus it balances out if I do anything really stupid. So yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, there's no obligation. It's just that's what I feel I need to do personally. Plus, I mean, if you can and you are able, hi Jesse. Because, you know, yeah, I try and be a better person, but also it saves lives. But also there's a blood shortage because of COVID, so it's a case of, you know, people will die if people don't donate blood. So yeah, if you can do it, please. There's a shortage. Yes, I know, but I feel like if I do something bad accidentally, then it's balanced out. I'm not going to do anything bad on purpose. Not who I am, but I feel like it balances out the accidental. No, accidental. I'm not going to murder people. Yeah, accidental future murders. No, yeah, you know what I mean. You're just joking with me. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've donated 35 times in my lifetime, so I've saved at least 35 lives. I figured that's a good count. Oh, and some of them were babies because sometimes they text me and say that my life saved a baby. So I have saved actual babies. But yes. Okay, I have a murderous side in video games, Jesse. It's my devious side. I get to express it in video games because it's not real. Okay, yes, let's move on from that. Let's talk about the white stuff on his hand after he played with the lever. No, yes, but also, hi Jesse! Hope you're having a good day. Yes, right, gonna move on. And yes, there are white
They
doors.
have to be the next set of chromatic doors.
So we're gonna be paired up with, I think,
yes.
Temioji and someone.
Cyan and I saw them as well. On our way back from the garden with the unconscious Quark. And there they were.
Yeah, that. Yeah, he was in a room with Luna, and now there's white stuff all over his hand. Actually, he was in a room with Alice, and then there was
Each
white
one had
stuff.
a
He just
box,
didn't
just like
see
the
it
doors on
until he
floor
got
A.
in the room with Luna.
Given that, I don't see how there can be any question. Those white doors are our next set of chromatic doors.
Yeah, it's
I
Alice's
think
fault.
that our bracelet combinations will have to add up to white in order to open the secondary doors. The pairs are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You see?
Yeah. If we need to make white, then the
Yeah,
other
no
three
worries.
colors would have to be red,
Multi-streaming
green,
is
and blue.
reasonable. What's GDQ playing right now? Ah, it's a Zelda one, of course.
Good. Now that we've got that figured out, I'm heading back
Wind
to the
Waker.
infirmary for a
Nice.
bit. I want to check up on Quark and Alice.
I shall accompany you then.
Might as well go with you, I guess. No real reason to hang out here.
Well, what will you two do?
I'm not paying
I
attention.
need to talk to Sigma about something.
You're avoiding GDQ? I mean, I have watched. I watched Near Automata, like partial playthrough for GDQ when I was at my friends in Ireland, and I don't know. I feel like if I played the game, then I could watch like a speedrun. That would be quite cool. But if I haven't played it, it's just gonna be like, yeah, spoil the spoilers, spoil the everything, and give me a very broken view of a game that I haven't played yet. So yeah. But I did enjoy Wind Waker. Yes. What's the semi-final for? Is it the thing that you were in, Jesse? Cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say that if Fuzzy has a reason, then I'm sure it is an excellent reason, and there's no obligation to share anything. But and that's so many acronyms. What the frick is that average games done quick? And what is MSF? Okay, you're gonna have to explain the acronyms. That's the only thing I'm gonna ask you to explain, is what the acronyms stand for. That's literally it. It's all awesome. Okay, awesome games done quick? Oh, it's the winter version. Oh, and then summer games done quick. Oh! Doctors Without Borders. Right. Oh! Médecins Sans Frontières. Gotcha. Excellent. Right. Okay, I'm caught up now. We're good. That's all the explanation I need. I just wanted the acronyms because I was confused. Yeah, I did see it was for Doctors Without Borders. I have it followed so I can see it. I never watch it, but yeah, benefiting Doctors Without Borders. But yeah, Médecins Sans Frontières. Right, okay, so I was not paying attention because I was distracted by the chat. Red, green, and blue. Heading to the infirmary. Want to check up on Quark. Dio's going as well. Everyone's just hanging out in the infirmary, and Luna's going to talk to us because Luna is going to explain why we're bleeding white. Surely, she knows something.
Something?
About what? Her usual pleasant expression had been replaced with something sullen. She must have noticed that there was something wrong with me. What's everyone playing at the moment? Like, gamey games? Anything really cool? Or anything just like would be awesome? That was what she wanted to talk about. I was sure of it. Okay, fine. I managed to make my voice sound almost relaxed.
Whoa, hold on. A private talk? What are you guys plotting?
We're not plotting anything. I promise. It's nothing.
Fine, whatever. See if I
in-person events. Yeah. There's a surge going on right now. Not good. Dia tossed her head with a mixture of arrogance and feigned disinterest and marched out the yellow door. Oh yeah, it's far too early. It's been far too early for a while, and that's why it's still far too early. Marched out the yellow door. Temujin quickly followed and keep on getting distracted. Yeah, I'm personally of the in-person is too early. I will only meet outside people. Inside, I wear a mask, and it's only very, very short. Yeah, so Dio tossed his head with a mixture of arrogance and feigned disinterest and marched out the yellow door. Temioji and Kay quickly followed, and in moments, all three had disappeared. So, yeah, what was it that you wanted to talk about? Oh, and I've got like 3 bruises from Thursday. Walked into a door handle, a toilet roll dispenser, and then I can't even remember what the third thing was, but ow. Okay. All right, no, sorry, I'll catch up on chat because it's very big bits of text and it keeps on shoving it off the top. Okay, first time being in person for the last few years. Some runs can only be done remotely. Interesting. Dan's playing Batman. Oh, has been playing Batman. Now he's playing Tetris. Cool. I do like Tetris. Is that on Xbox? Maybe I should see about getting that. I do like Tetris. It makes my mind calm. And then I dream about it. Yeah, I mean, it's good if they allow things to still also be remote, because that is very accessible then, because that means that people that couldn't ever get to the thing in person but can do the speedrunning things can still participate. I think that's a good policy to have. Oh, you're going to bean dive. I've decided I'm not bean diving. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the fact that that's one of the only things that have been great about the pandemic is lots of things have gone online, and it means it opens it up to so many more people. Like, you know, like so much education, all sorts of stuff is just, and entertainment is just available to everyone. I do escape rooms online with my friends, and we do stuff all over the world, and we could never do that had the pandemic not happened. I mean, there's a lot of shit things that come out of it, and, you know, you realise that the government doesn't really care. But there's like, everything seems to be going a good way with accessible, and I really hope it continues and doesn't just go back to before pandemic times. But yeah. Oh, it's on Game Pass. Okay. Yeah, I just really like Tetris. So if it's something that I can just play, I'm not fussed really about completions, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I know I'm not going to complete. I'm going to complete the ones I want to complete, and then just, you know, forget about the rest of the stuff. But yeah, I do like Tetris. I used to play it. I still have my GameCube with it on, to be fair. If I wanted to play it, I have my GameCube with the original cartridge. And probably still got my high scores. Oh, that game is not fun, Fuzzy. That game is not fun. I should probably... Is the sale still on? I should probably check, because there's a couple of things that I should really pick up. On until the 7th. Cool. Well, I remember to do that this weekend then. But yeah, I've decided I'm not bean diving because it doesn't give me a badge. I still haven't recovered 2020s, and I have like maybe 24 games that I could. Beam dive. So, for anyone that doesn't know, beam dive is where you get the first achievement in a whole bunch of games within a time period, to basically reduce your completion percentage to make it to make like your game collection more accurate of what you've actually got in your collection, because you've started everything you own. Well, that's the idea anyway. So it's a thing on True Achievements. So I have done it. Yeah, pretty much. Mine's 400 and something that I need dopey. From my 2020 dive. I didn't do a 2021 dive. Ooh, Psycho Duck. That would be cool. I will be watching later. I gotta knit. I gotta make a dinosaur for my friend who had a baby. I've got the body, but it needs legs. So I need something to distract me. I'm making dinosaurs. I knit them. I will share in my Discord when I'm done. But yes, so what was I saying? Oh yes, beam dive. So yes, getting an achievement in a whole bunch of games, but it becomes kind of tedious. And sometimes you get really into the game and then you got the achievement and you're like, well, now I have to stop the game that I'm enjoying playing. And sometimes it takes forever and you play like half the game and even still don't get an achievement. I'm looking at you, Pinstripe. That took me like 3 hours and I got stuck and it glitched and then I got the achievement. So yeah. But anyway, it's a competition thing, but I've decided I'm not doing it this year again. I mean, I could do a dive. I do have like 25-ish games in a group of unstarted. I could. But I'm determined to recover my 2020 dive at some point and get back up to like my 82%. And I shall do that by playing random to-do list, basically, because that helps me complete stuff, and just streaming lots of things, because that's fun. And I'm very much about making my gaming fun. So there we go. But obviously, anyone else that wants to do a dive, that is great. This is just me for me. Me for me is not doing a dive. If they made it a community event badge, I would be doing a dive, because I want the community challenge badge. I would be doing a dive, but they didn't, which is great. So we're good. Hopefully, I will be able to recover it by 2023. Then I might do one, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I've done them every year since like 2013 up until 2000. I did like seven or eight, however many that would be. And it was great at first. But now I stream. And like the last 5 years I've been streaming. So like 3 of those years I did do dives and I did stream some stuff. But last year I just didn't feel like it because I still had so much left of my previous dive to recover. And then this year I still haven't recovered it, so I don't want to. It's like, because I do promos, I pretty much, kill my completion percentage every time I do another one of those. And yeah, my gaming style has changed, so yeah, exactly. But I did enjoy it, and maybe I'll enjoy it again at some point, just not yet. I'd like to get my completion percentage back up. I can get it back up to, I'd be happy to get it back up to 80% and have a decent carrots. And then maybe we'll consider. But, I don't buy as many games these days that I don't just play. And like promos, I will play. The only ones I've got in this group are like some games of gold stuff, some stuff I bought on sale a while ago, and some stuff that I won. That I weren't and none of them, like there's about half of them that I possibly would play. The other half are just maybes. Potentially I have a thing that fits into a genre that I need for a competition or whatever. But yeah. Okay. So what was it you wanted to talk about? I was almost certain I knew, but there was always hope. I did my best to act as if I was genuinely confused.
I don't really like this room. Could we go somewhere else?
Okay.
Good. I found somewhere nice when I was looking for Alice earlier.
The danger of losing your gold badge. As strange as her request was, I had no reason to object. I kept my mouth shut and followed Luna as she headed off. You're dropping below 90. I'm 70, 78 or something about there. I'm sure you'll recover, Dan, you know. Oh, the garden. I
You know
like the
this
garden.
place?
Yeah, well, sort of. I came here once when I was looking for Alice. In a
Oh,
different
I see.
timeline. You like your shinies. I get you. So, what brings
Isn't
you
this
here?
nice? This is the only place in the whole facility with anything green. I feel kind of silly saying it, but it
How do
makes
you
me
know?
think of the great outdoors.
How do you know
I
it's the
think it's
only
the
place?
perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel...
She's going to explain the
happy.
birdcage at some point, I think. This is the lunar end, I believe.
There's a bench over there. Would you like to sit down with me?
This is the lunar end. It's got to be the lunar end. We get a whole bunch of exposition now. So I'm going to read. But feel free to chat. She sat down softly and gently, and I lowered myself down next to her. So, what did you want to talk to me about? And instead of answering, Luna lifted the tiny birdcage pendant she wore into the palm of her hand. This has got to be so hard for her. She was silent for a moment and then began to talk.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
This is actually a music box.
Really?
Yes.
It looks really pretty. She twisted a key on the bottom, and it made an almost perceptible winding noise. I like shinies too, but, you know, I like games more. When she released it, soft clear notes drifted out. It's a nice song. Why'd you bring that up, though?
Because I wanted you to know, I guess. I wanted you to know more about me. Maybe it's because I'm so shy, but I don't really have any friends. Or even any acquaintances, really. So I've sort of always been alone. It was really hard. I felt so lonely a lot of the time. And it hurt. It felt like I was just kind of going to collapse from the inside out. That was when I got this music box. Someone very important gave it to me. They didn't say anything, but I felt like there was an unspoken message behind it. Luna, happiness is closer than you think. Do you know Maeterlinck's The Bluebird?
Yeah? Well, I get the gist of it. I think it starts on Christmas Eve. His brother and sister named Titel and Mittel get asked to find a blue bird by this old woman. And they travel to the dream world. Or something. Anyway, supposedly if you can catch this bird, then you can make a wish come true. It didn't mean you don't have... You have to stop talking. So they visit all these different places, but they can't find it. Eventually they give up and go home, but when they wake up, and the bird is in a birdcage in their hut.
That's right. It's a well-known story, and it teaches a simple lesson.
Yeah, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
Right. It got me thinking. Maybe the person who gave me this music box was trying to tell me just that. I don't know if that's true. Maybe all of this is just in my head, but I really felt like that was what they'd meant. It was so kind. I kept it with me all the time, like a kind of good luck charm. But one day I
decent amount of
realized
gold.
something. There was another meaning to the bluebird. In Maeterlinck's original story, it doesn't end with them waking up.
There's more?
Yes. When Til and Mittel try to feed the bird, it leaves the cage and flies away. And then the story ends.
Whoa. What about the moral then?
It changes. Now the message is that just when you think you found happiness, you'll lose it again.
Oh, that's depressing.
I thought about that for a while.
Vaguely
But in
true.
the end, it didn't change how I felt. I don't know what they intended it to mean when they gave it to me, but I decided how I was going to look at it. It means that happiness is something you should always be looking for. And it's only when you're pursuing happiness that you're truly happy. You know, Sigma, I think you might be Tiltil.
What?
You know, the boy who the old lady asked to find the bluebird on Christmas Eve.
What are you trying to say?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Where did you find Alice?
What does that have to do with anything? Luna's lovely.
Just answer me. Where did you find Alice?
She was in the crew quarters. Room 2 in the crew quarters.
Where were you before that?
In the lounge. That was after we'd split up to go look for Alice. The first place I went was the lounge.
So you went from the lounge to the crew quarters, where you found Alice. And then you rushed her to the infirmary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me this then. How do you know about the garden? Just now you said you'd come here when you were looking for Alice. Didn't you? That doesn't make any sense. There wouldn't have been any time for you to visit the garden while you were looking for Alice. So tell me, Sigma, how do you know about this place?
I've been here before. He didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Why had I told her I'd been there before?
Sigma, are you a robot? Have you always been here?
What?
See, it would make so much sense if you were. That would explain why you knew about the garden, and it would explain that cut on your left hand.
Damn, so you did see it, huh?
Yes. I've been told that robots these days have what's called artificial biological tissue, or ABT, on top of a metal skeleton. It makes them look almost exactly like a human. And ABT uses this white liquid instead of blood.
For some reason, when Luna had called me a robot, it hadn't really fazed me. But maybe it's because it was just so out there. It didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like a theory you'd get from someone in a nut house. Am I really a robot? My hand was still oozing white liquid. I'm just gonna reply to this. No, that was impossible. I need to just stop doing that. Questioning myself so much is giving me heart palpitations. Luna, aren't you a little scared?
Scared? Why would I be scared?
Well, let's say I am a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance Zero's pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy.
Oh, I guess so. Well, even if you were, I wouldn't be scared.
Why not?
Maybe because you're a robot. Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics? They were a set of rules created by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov that he used in several of his stories.
Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Rule 2. A robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings, except when such orders would conflict with the first law. Rule 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. I don't know why I'm doing this voice. It's funny. Oh yes, I've heard those before. That's just an ideal, though. Do I have Asimov's books? You could work towards that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to. More about artificial intelligence, really.
Yes, you're
We
right.
give them a set of constraints.
But I believe in them. In you. However you're programmed, I don't think you'd break any of the 3 laws. A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. That's not you. You have a heart. You're a good person. It's in your eyes.
Okay, I'm just going back to... Is it one of the secrets? Nox's 10 Commandments. I'm going back to Nox's 10 Commandments. She says this because she doesn't know how many people we betrayed already. I know, right? I still go back to this, the 10 rules here for writing a mystery novel. The criminal must be mentioned early on. 1. The criminal must be mentioned early on. 2. All supernatural or preternatural agencies are ruled out. 3. No more than 1 secret room or passage. 4. No hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, or any appliance which will need a long scientific explanation. 5. No one with extrasensory perception or similar powers can appear. 6. No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right. 7. The detective must not commit the crime. 8. The detective must declare any clues he may discover. 9. The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must conceal nothing from the reader. And 10. Twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unannounced. So how many of those have we broken so far?
Well, I guess I'm just kind of assuming you're a robot. There's still a chance you're not.
Exactly.
We should run some tests.
Yes, please. I would like to know what I
Yes.
am. Tests. How?
Well, the atom should be able to tell us.
Oh yeah, that thing in the infirmary. I heard the crunch of dry leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Who is it?
Is someone there?
Just me.
Hi.
Sorry, but can you guys come over here? I need you to see something.
Did you find the bomb on the tree? Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped into the bushes. Not out of the bushes. We were not hiding in the bushes. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I don't know where that came from, but anyway.
Welcome.
How long have you been here?
I just got here a little while ago.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear what we were saying?
No. Were you talking about something you didn't want me to know about? Whatever. Just have a look at this.
I followed the line of her finger. As I heard nothing about the robotness. Oh, hello, it's bomb number 1. Sheet. This is.
An antimatter
So can we
bomb.
squeeze a code out of
Exactly.
Dio?
I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
It says 1.
And the one in the crew quarters said 3, right? Then that must mean...
There's a number 2 bomb too. But there's also a number 0 bomb,
I've got
which we have a
more good
code
news.
for.
Just think
But we
about the
never
numbers
found.
for a moment.
You're saying there's a 2 bomb out there somewhere?
Can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it. It means we're dealing with a combined explosive power equal to 3 tons of TNT! And also the reactor, but I don't think they found it in this thread.
Who planted them?
In this
Was
history.
it you guys? I mean, you've been in here quite a while.
Hands are tied. Hey, don't give me that. You're way more suspicious than we are.
Well, I was taking a walk.
Really think I'm gonna buy that.
Fine. You got me. I heard you two were off talking in secret. So I got curious and went back to the Floor A warehouse. Of course you weren't there. That seemed pretty suspicious to me, so I headed here. And just as I'd suspected, there you were talking on the bench. I snuck up from behind so you wouldn't notice me. Then, just as I was getting close enough to hear, I found the bomb. So, believe me now?
I suppose. So who planted the bomb?
Honestly, it could have been any one of us. Anybody could have come here while we were all looking for Alice.
We need to tell everyone about this then.
Talking on a bench. Scandalous! Yes, you're right. Let's head back to the infirmary. And then scan me! Scan me! I need to know what I am! Am I a ribbit? Am I a ribbit? Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Clover and Temioji. Kay and Dio. And of course, Alice and Quark. Birds seem to be sleeping peacefully. Never think to look at them that they've been completely insane not so long ago. I call them ribbits. Because it's funny. Alright, everybody listen up. They found a bomb in the garden. Who attached it to a tree? That's just rude. I told them how we found the number 1 bomb in the garden, and how judging by the numbering on the 2 bombs we found so far, there was probably a number 2 bomb out there somewhere too. Oh my god, JC, a bomb! I don't know what that's from, so that was
What are we going
voice.
to do?
Well, I think Alice mentioned something.
Ooh,
There
hang
should
on.
be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that
I feel like we're
password,
coming to the end of the
device
stream.
should, well, deactivate.
Also, I'm hungry.
You see it right here. There's a port.
Yes,
We
please.
can find the password input device. We just connected here.
So, right. I want to leave enough for tomorrow that we've got a chunk of stream, but not too much that I overrun because I have an escape room and I need to eat before the escape room tomorrow. And it seemed like there was about 40 hours, but it was like 48 hours of stream for 40 hours of game. And I don't know whether that was just because I was talking lots and kept pausing like I do now. Or what, but yeah, we're on about 38, I think, in the save. I suppose you could drop a save. Oops. Yeah, so 38:46. So technically, that's like 2 hours of game left. Maybe we'll just get to the next box. We've still got a bunch of ends and stuff. I'm going to probably overwrite save 1 there with the 3 minutes. It's around about one of these two that once we've got the username and password, I'm going to go back to a save to see if I can put in the username and password without having unlocked it.
Then we can enter the password.
We'll try that tomorrow as well if we have
So
time.
if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Oh, whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
I'm also wondering
Yeah.
if we can get the...
That's why I
if
want
it'll
all
let
of
us
you
put
to
in the
let me
second
search you.
password for the
I beg
bomb.
your pardon?
You heard me. Chances are whoever planted those bombs is in this room. There's also a good chance they've also got the device we need to deactivate the bombs.
So you're planning to search us for it?
Exactly.
This is the infirmary route that gives us a second password?
No buts. If you refuse, then I'll assume it's because you've got it and you planted the bombs. Unless you want that, I suggest you cooperate. Clear?
Can I just be scanned?
Good. Now who's going to be first?
Can I just be scanned? Wait.
Huh?
You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you...
Are we going to hit another lock that is then unlocked? And it's another Dio lock? I just want to be scanned. And I want the bloody second password. But I wonder if I go back to my save after... I'll try that as well. I'm wondering if I haven't unlocked the second password, whether I can put in the second password, having not unlocked it in the game. Because I'm curious about that too. Because you can't get to here without having the first password. But you can without having the second or the third ones. Unless I've already got the third one, my save is just on the second one. So yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. So I'll keep my saves and then come back to them. We'll try that tomorrow if we have time. Because I'm very curious.
There's no way.
Yes, way. I met Fi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. As you! Oh look! We hit number 7 lock! Who set the bombs? Who planted the bomb? It's the same thing. That's weird, but that will lock you out of going any further with these two at all until you've done this end. So there's a lot. I am also wanting to replay it, and see how far I can get. Just doing the very bare. What's the bare minimum to get the end down here? Knowing where I get stuff. So obviously I do a little video recording like the hole where all the things are to know which choices I need to make to get the things. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the next stream. And then I'm curious to see how far down the true end, this has got to be the true end, I can get, and how much of the flowchart actually has to be unlocked. I know they're linked and there's so much stuff left. I know, I've played it before, but I am curious. Like, because I like getting all of the bits. Oh! Sorry, but it is true, bro, that everything's linked. Everything is linked. But you've linked the video, thank you. Right, I can get context for that. It's just because JC, there's my initials. My initials is JC, so every time it's just like, I'm confused. I think we had this conversation last time. But yeah, I am curious. What is the minimum that needs to be done to get to this end? So very tempted, knowing what unlocks what. Maybe I'll do it on the second profile, so it's on a different save game, and then I've got this to refer to. But maybe I'll do it on a second profile in like, oh, maybe I could do it for Extra Life. I'd be curious to do it for actually the first game and the second game. If I do it on my, I've got another profile that I use for testing out stuff when I don't want to play the game on my main profile because I know I won't like it, but I want to see what it's like because there's no demo-y thing and I've like won it or it's games of gold or whatever. Like I played Halo on my second account because I was like, am I gonna like this? the answer was no, unfortunately. I'd like to watch it, but I don't want to play it. And that was a promo game that ages ago I had to do for a podcast, and I didn't want to play it on my main account because I knew I could never finish it. So I have a second account. Also because when I first set up this account, I didn't use my Hotmail address, and then my Hotmail address just had an Xbox account associated with it. So yeah. Anyway, I've got a second account, which is not against any TOC, so it's all good. So I'm very tempted. Maybe that could be my extra life thing. I plot down what unlocks everything, and see the minimum. Oh, it's going to take more than 24 hours though, still, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe that would be fun? I don't know. I'd have to see. No, I tried Halo. I'm not interested in playing the Master Chief Collection at all. It was Halo 3. It was Games for Gold, so I had it and I played it. I don't like shooty shoots. And the story was not compelling enough. But yeah, anyway, the point is that could potentially be an interesting extra life experiment. For me, anyway, to keep me awake. I don't know. Because also sometimes there have been times in the past where I've fallen asleep because it's just been reading story. I should put it out as an option and see what people think, maybe. And we can intersperse it with something else. But for now, Dio! And bleep, unlocked.
Come on, what is
Lock,
this?
what's it?
Are you high?
Who set up the bomb? Who set us up the bomb? Part 1? I swear the other one was part A. We never get a part B, though. So, there we are. Who set us up the bomb part A? And who set us up the bomb part 1? But there's never a part 2! So, it just feels like, damn it. Yes, we've got one room left to get all the files and escape on hard. Oh, wait. No, that's all the files. Ah. Right, so maybe that's all the gold files, I think. I don't know. And all the files still will require it. Yeah, so I will get... The next room will give me 4 achievements. Objection! Oh, I should go back to Phoenix Wright! Oh my god, I should put that back on the list. Jeez. I was somewhere around... Samurai? Mrs. Oldbag, I think, when I left that last. The first game. Yes. I was playing the trilogy on Xbox. And because I read it all out, it takes forever. So yeah, I think I'm somewhere in the first game. No, I mean, I've played it all before. I own them all on DS. It was more of a time thing than anything else. Something else came out and I got distracted with what it happened. Yeah, my friend explained the story to me because I was curious because he played it, but yeah. I'm still loving that I literally have like just about half the gamer score. Like there's still so many more achievements left and the game is nearly finished now. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him
How do you know that, Sigma?
Wait. It's okay because we already know all this. Don't tackle him. Don't tackle him. Don't tackle him. Oh, damn it. They activated the bombs again. Right.
Okay.
Can we get code 2, though, please?
I'll give you 1, since I'm such a swell guy.
Yes!
The password for bomb number 2 is EQDDYRNTK.
Clipped. Screenshot. Yeah, Bungie are not good at storytelling. Fair enough.
Bomb number 2?
But we haven't found that one yet.
Oh? Oh. Well, my mistake. Must have slipped my mind. Well, there's nothing you could do
Okay,
anyway.
we've got the codes now.
You don't have the input device. Really, it'll be much easier if you all just give up.
Can I scan me now? Now we've got that. Where's the input device?
Oh gosh, I wonder.
Where did you put the number 2 bomb?
Shoot,
in the
you
control
know,
room with the
I
input
just
device.
can't remember.
Son of a bitch.
Anyway, I think it's time for me to be moving
Which we haven't
on.
unlocked in this thing,
Moving
so I don't
on?
know how he's gotten to
To
it.
where?
What? I have to explain everything?
Why? How in the way or unless he's put it somewhere else in these playthroughs. It's like, but how does he get it into the... There's still that first one where the Golem Bay was opened. Someone opened the Golem Bay. Yeah, can someone please just tie him up? I'll knock him out. Hit him with a wrench. There's still... I don't know. I hope we get an explanation for it. Who opened the Golem Bay in the K storyline? So that there were 2 doors open in one of the things without the number 9 door being open. How has Dio been putting these devices in here? Where the flick did he hide these devices? Because he's not got any. He's got a pocket, but it ain't big enough to stick 3 bombs or 4 bombs in. I'm fairly certain we get all the answers. I am. This game is usually quite good at, tying up the loose ends. I don't know. Maybe we'll pick something for... Maybe Zero Time Dilemma will come out just before Extra Life, and that'll give us the perfect... Stop trying to tie up Dio, Fuzzy. It's not going to stop him. I mean, men's pockets, yes, you have space, but enough space for 4 bombs? They're quite chunky. No, nothing's wrong with tying him up. It just sounds a bit kinky. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, maybe. If I pray hard enough to the gods of games, the gods of games, they will release Zero Time Dilemma on Xbox just before Extra Life, so that I can play Zero Time Dilemma for Extra Life this year. That would be really cool. Because it's almost the perfect length as well. So, pray to the gods of games. I don't know how much time there was between Danganronpa 1 and Danganronpa 2. But we already got like AO Somnium Files, and then this one, and then the other ones, like, surely they've got it on PlayStation, so, it's not like it's not on a modern platform that they can maybe convert. If they've converted this one, because this one doesn't play much differently from Steam, aside from the control schema. So I feel like it's got to be in there somewhere, and I would totally, if they did that and released like a bundle, even with this one being on XPass, I would totally just buy it so I owned it on my platform of choice as well as on all the other platforms as well, because I have a problem. Because it would be really cool for Extra Life to be like one game, because usually I do lots of different games. Okay, upstairs are making furniture or something, and they're hammering, and it's hurting my brain. Oh good, I think they've stopped. Sorry, it was making my brain itch. Okay, so do we get to this end and then stop? Do we stop now? Trying to judge for tomorrow. I mean, my upstairs neighbours have been a pain in the past. These are new neighbours. Well, new as in a few months ago. They're not too bad, but it's just sound travels really stupidly in this building, and I am overly sensitive to sound. Like, my TV is currently on 5 right now, out of 100. 5. I have sensitive ears, and a sensitive brain. So yeah, okay, so we put that end and that bit. We're 39 hours. We've got probably 2 hours of gameplay left. depending on how long, if it took me longer to solve puzzles, potentially. But I'm saying 2 hours of gameplay probably, with me stopping and chatting and then trying those things. So do we leave it here with the bomb code? Do we leave it here for today? How long have we been gone? 3:22. Yeah, we don't have the input device. This is going to explode. This is going to be someone's ending. Probably Luna? No, we still want to be scanned. We've got to... Something's got to unlock this. I want to be scanned. Okay, let's just continue a little bit long with the story. I mean, this building is not well insulated for noise. The walls between flats are, but not the ceiling and the floor. Despite me knowing what is underneath my carpet, because I put my carpet in myself. Well, I had someone to. It's because that is air ducty things to circulate the air. So sound just travels down those. They're hammering again. Right, because that's going to annoy the crap out of me, let's just distract myself with a little bit of story.
The next world, of course.
And then we'll try some things tomorrow if we finish really early. I threw myself towards Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned. Excuse me? We'll do like 10 more minutes of story.
Shit. Let go
and
of
then
me,
I will
goddammit!
get some food.
Get off of me! Let me go!
This is all the same though. There we go. How much time do we have left?
About 20 minutes or so, I think.
And how much time until the white doors open?
About 20 minutes or so. The same.
So, what do we do?
We can't do anything. We put in those passwords and stop the bombs. But how? We don't have the device.
We searched Dio, but he doesn't have anything that might be the input device.
Well, only one thing to do then.
And that is?
We split up and find it? I want to be scanned! Unless any of you have any other suggestions. Dismal silence filled the room. Even though no one spoke, I could see despair on every face. I don't know what I want for tea.
All right. No point sitting around. Until those things actually go off, we've still got a chance. Sigma, you come with me. We're going to have to go look at the number 3 bomb. See if the timer really has started or not.
Good plan, but
All the
I
rest
want to
of you,
be
listen up.
scanned!
I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
What?
Why there?
Just listen. Worst case scenario, we'll open the white doors and go through them to wherever they go. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Understood. We will take them to the Floor B warehouse. Once we've done so, we will begin to search for the input device in the number 2 bomb.
Good. Thanks. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
Yes, but we don't have the input device this time, Vi. Vi, turn without waiting and head into the door. Also, Luna promised to scan me! Don't say bossy. Bossy is sexist. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile. It's her take charge attitude. People call women bossy all the time, and they won't call men bossy, so it bugs me. But I know you didn't mean it in a bad way, so I'm just saying. Please don't say bossy. Words have very significant meaning to me that takes things literally. I take pretty much everything literally, which is a problem. So, yeah. It means words to have more impact on me than perhaps they should, but I can't help it. Okay. Shaky smile. Yes, but I want to get scanned. And we don't have a device, so this is going to be a bit of a futile thing.
I guess the countdown has started. So, what are we going to do? Without a way to enter the passwords, we're screwed. Right. We'll just have to split up and look for it. I'll look around here, you go check somewhere else. If we get to T-minus 5 minutes, then we'll
Maybe
meet
I'll go
back
for
in
a
the Floor
walk.
B warehouse. Got it?
T-minus 5 minutes is not going to help. We're going to explode again. Sure what to say if we hadn't found it by then. Yeah, exactly. Was there really any point in meeting up again? Just to die all together. We can hold hands.
What's with that look? Don't worry. We'll figure it out, I promise. You know what they say. Swimsuits never quit.
What? No, that's not a thing. And it doesn't make any sense. I thought it was legs that didn't quit. Besides, why the hell are you cracking jokes right now?
I'm just, trying to show you that life is still worth living.
Okay, fine. You're creeping me out now, but, please don't give me that look. Yeah. Yeah. Also, it's very hard to tell when people are joking, so don't.
After all, if you quit now, there goes any possibility of you ever seeing me in a swimsuit.
No! No, 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 no,
All
no.
right.
Nope, nope,
Looks
nope,
like we're on the
nope,
same
nope,
page.
nope, nope, nope,
Now get moving.
nope,
We don't have time to
Nope.
stand around.
nope, nope, nope. Be careful, alright? Big nope. Check the time on my bracelet as I headed out of the crew quarters and into the hallway. Can we go to the infirmary and get scanned, please? Get scanned, get scanned, get scanned, get scanned. It wasn't good news. 15 minutes. Damn. Only 15 minutes. I need to hurry. I need to put headphones on. I need to block out this freaking noise that's driving me nuts. Broke into a run. Where are we going? Into the lounge? Oh, into the infirmary. Right, sorry, yes. Before long, I found myself in front of the infirmary. Please scan me. I need information. All too often what you're looking for is right in front of you. We spent a lot of time in the infirmary, so it seemed kind of fitting somehow that it might have been there all along. We could open the safe again. Maybe it's magically appeared. Or maybe Dio dropped it there recently. There was no way to know. And in any event, I had to start looking somewhere. Yeah, if we finish the story within like 2 hours tomorrow, we'll just go back and reload some save games and try passwords out to see if we can unlock stuff without having unlocked it in the story, because I am curious. Luna, you're still here!
Yes. The others are taking the people who are asleep to the white doors. I chose to stay here.
Can
I
you
thought
scan
you
me,
might
please,
come
now?
back.
Yes! Yes!
Because the atom is here. I
Yes!
thought you might want to use it.
Yes!
Isn't that why you're here?
Yes! Yes! I want to know what's going on with me! And then we'll end the stream. When we find out what's going on with me, we'll end the stream. It's driving me nuts! Hell, I feel sick. But this isn't the time for that. Totally is the time for that. Being a robot isn't going to mean a lot if I die anyway. But it will unlock another pathway.
Why did you come here then?
Isn't that obvious? I'm trying to find that input thing so we can turn off the bombs. Oh, they've stopped.
Really?
Oh, God. Ready. Yes. Also, scan me! Why would I lie? Scan me! Scan me!
I
Scan
seem to have made a
me.
mistake. I knew you
Scan
couldn't use the
me.
atom without me. So I stayed behind because I thought I might be able to help. I guess I
can.
shouldn't have done that.
No!
I'm sorry.
Scan me!
Bye.
No! Scan me! She turns and headed towards the exit. No! Scan me! Please. Wait. Thank you. I couldn't just let her leave like that. Sorry, I'm getting a bit squeaky. Aside. How long will it take?
Not more than 5 minutes or so.
We may as well. Are you sure? Only 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. Yes! Analyze my body. I mean, at this point, we know the input device isn't here. We know where it is, but we have not access to it. Analyze my body. I lay down on the table. Luna picked up the Adams scanner. We may as well end on a revelation. And began to run it across me slowly and methodically. In a few minutes, she was finished.
That's it. You can
No,
get up
they're
now.
hammering again. Might have to go for a walk. Sat up. Oh, maybe I can go see if they've got bread at the shop. Sat up and hopped off the table. The screen was already starting to show my results. It might do that because this is going to drive me nuts. So what does it say? My eyes were glued to her face, looking for any sign of what the answer might be. Not a ribbit. I'm not a ribbit. I'm an alien. I bleed white blood. She studied the readout for several long seconds before replying.
Well, it says you're not a robot.
Yay!
You're human.
We could just end there. There we go. We're just ending on, we're not a robot, we're human. No, we're going to continue a little bit longer. I let out a breath I hadn't realised I'd been holding. My relief didn't last long.
But your body isn't entirely human.
What?
You're part machine.
What? Wait, what are you saying?
Look here. The structure of the bones in your arms
Oh, look, that
isn't
looks
anything
familiar.
close to human. They're made out of a titanium alloy. On top of that skeleton is artificial biological tissue. It's also called ABT.
What happened
Your
to my
arms are cybernetic.
It's like, oh yes, didn't we have a thing? Cybernetic arms. Look. It's the arm from a mysterious libido-powered robot that made me lol very hard because, I mean, Sigma is libido-powered. Yes, exactly. There's a reason why the injections will work. And why they took the wrist and the bracelet. the hand and the bracelet in the other path.
Cybernetic?
What does that
It
mean?
means a mechanical system that interfaces with a biological one. You see all these root-like things around the titanium bones? Those are artificial nerves. They're probably connected to your own nerves, which is how you can move your arms.
I am totally on the same side here, Fuzzy. Yeah. AI, Zero Escape, the inappropriate innuendos bug me. But because they are older games that I know I'm playing because they've remastered them for the system, I give them a teeny bit of leeway because they were a product of their time. I will, however, judge the new AI one if it has that same shit in it. Because there's making dirty jokes, and then there's making people uncomfortable. And there's a clear line. But yes, anything that was done a while ago and is not like a product of the last 5 years, where the games industry has made an effort to improve, yeah, I have to, give that a little bit of leeway. I don't have to like it, but I give it leeway. But yes, the new AI Somnium Files will be getting a lot of criticism if it has inappropriate shit in it. But I have bought it. It is pre-ordered. It is pre-downloaded, and it will be played on the 8th of July, which is a Friday. I don't usually stream on a Friday, but I'm not streaming on that Saturday, so I'm moving this Saturday stream to the Friday. And I'm going to do the first part of the new game, and then I'm going to leave it for a few weeks because I don't want to spoil everybody. So yeah, that's the plan. And also I have a bunch of other games that I want to play for story time and stuff. So yeah. I mean, that is kind of funny. Because Date is, he is, yes, libido powered, as we said. But yes, it's like, it's a porno mag, so he gets superpowers. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's not, like, badly inappropriate. It's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be dangerous. Well, at least that's what I thought. I thought it was just supposed to be funny so it didn't feel dangerous. I kind of thought that was the point, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It made it hilarious for me. I don't know. That is a good point. I don't know. That's the thing. Is these things are subject to interpretation, and I've interpreted it one way. You've interpreted it the other way. Neither of those means that we're wrong. But I just thought that it was kind of diffusing the danger. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's silly. I think it just doesn't take itself seriously. It just doesn't take itself seriously, but yeah. Where he's commenting on the receptionist's boobs is just inappropriate. But that, because it's making fun of him, is kind of funny. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone is 100% entitled to their own opinion, and as it is your own opinion, and if as long as you don't try and force it on anyone else, then that is completely 100% correct, and you're entitled to it. When you start trying to force it on everybody else, then there's problems with opinions. But, however, interpretation, yeah. Yes, but I think this game doesn't quite have that level of piss take. If it did, it would feel completely out of place. Like, but AI and Zero Escape are two completely different types of games. And this one is more serious. You know, people die. I mean, people die in the other one as well, in AI, but... yeah, people die horrifically in AI. But putting the main character in danger, and then, yeah, Porno Mag giving him superpowers, it just sort of fits in. But yeah, it wouldn't fit in here. But yeah, it's interesting that we had different reactions to that. I was just like, this is freaking hilarious, because, yeah, that is like... because it's just making fun of him, it didn't feel inappropriate. It's just funny. But hey, interesting.
I imagine they allow you to feel things
So we'll just
through
finish
your
off
arms
this little
too.
Yes, like when I sliced my hand open. What? No, this is ridiculous. I think replacing my arms with robot ones is something I'd remember. And no, they weren't always like this. When I was a kid, I broke my arm and they took an x-ray of it. The doctor told me I had really thick bones and that I must have done something pretty insane to break them. Stop using insane like that. When the hell did this happen? Why did somebody replace my arms? Plot points! That's why. Wait. Okay. Let's say you're right, and my arms are cybernetic. It's not yet done and unlock, but I think we need to get to the story bit to do that. Wouldn't that mean I don't have to worry about the bracelet going off? That is not true, though.
No. Unfortunately, you probably do still have to worry about that.
Why?
The cybernetic arms are made to function just like real arms, which means they interface with the rest of your body, which means that anything injected into them is spread to the rest of your body.
How do you know that?
I just do.
That's not an answer.
Yes, you're right. But not everything has an answer. There are some things you just can't explain. Don't you know how that feels? How did you know about the garden? How did you know that Dio planted the bombs?
That's,
I'm sorry, Sigma. I wish we could talk some more, but our time is up.
Time? I pressed the buttons on my bracelet and felt my stomach drop. Cheat! 1 minute. Oh yeah, now we're in the thing. Oh, cool. We're going to get key to gate 1. Ah, yes. So gate 2 would be the password. Gate 1 would be the username. Excellent. So we're going to get that in a minute. We'll make a note of that and then we'll end. Because that means we can either go and deactivate the bombs, or we can go to the first thing and do the password thing. Also, we can... Oh, yes, this is going to set us up brilliantly for tomorrow. How is tomorrow Sunday? Sorry, my sense of time is screwy.
Sigma, there's one last thing. I was given very specific instructions.
I shuddered. Not because I was scared of what was about to happen. Because I was scared of Luna. She was calm, unnaturally so, like a machine with a human face. Kay had instructions as well. We were about to die. How could she be so calm?
Please pay attention. This is very important. You must be sure to remember it.
Remember? I was about to die. How was I supposed to remember anything?
Should you encounter a two-headed lion devouring the sun, remember GTF DML 016.
Oh, no. Did not clip. Did not clip. Clip. Screenshot. That would be the username. For some reason, I thought there were 2 gates. There's not 2 gates. There's a username and a password, and they just call them gates. Right. I took the screenshot. We've got the things now. We've got everything we need to continue. Everything we need.
With this key, the first gate shall be open to you. There you go. I hope we can meet again someday.
But I think there's another username and password somewhere as well.
I'll be waiting.
But these particularly relate to the very first thing that we got stuck at in our very first thing. Boom. Yeah, so the very first thing on the left of the left of the left, the world exploded into noise and light and I disappeared along with it. So yeah, the very first thing that we unlocked at the very first stream, or the second stream, anyway, that is what we've just got the answer, final thing to. But I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Game over. But I believe that might be the lunar end. Oh my, no, it's Sigma end. That's the Sigma end. Oh yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. Because we discovered our information about our arms. Arms race! Sigma end is not the true ending, sadly. Right, so we're gonna overwrite this one. Sigma end. Look, we've got a little face. And that is perfectly set up. Perfectly set up. For next time, we should have unlocked the final lock. We've got the username and password for the... Sorry, we've got the left-hand side username and password. We've got the final lock and we've got the bomb code. 3 endings to go. Exactly. And that would be the 3 things I just said. Username and password. How we can survive because they could just cut off our arm. And because Dio just killed us. And then the final bomb password we've got now. So we've got all the bomb passwords. And that's about an hour of gameplay, but, 2 hours of gameplay. And then because we've got all this information, what we can then do is reload earlier saves to see if the game requires us to have unlocked the thing to be able to get through the thing, because I am really curious. So we're going to quit here. End screen. But yeah, we're so close to the end. This is the final stream will be tomorrow. Let's see. Yes, but I want to see the snarky message. If it gives me a snarky message. And because I feel like we should finish the story with plenty of time, even with all the extended stuff, it'll be a good use of the last bit at the end of the stream. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we're going to go raid Kitty Skies, who raided us previously last month. Who's playing Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, but doing warboats. So, you know, well, I think we should just go say hi and support them. But I'm going to go for a walk and see if I can buy fresh bread, because my next door neighbours are still hammering. So this is it from me. Some raid messages. Let's go say hi to Kitty Skies. Thank you everyone for being here, for all the chats. I love the conversations. It's great. I am going to lose my voice at some point, but hey. I'll be back tomorrow about 3 p.m. UK time. But for now, I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. And I bid you have a good weekend and rest of your whatever time period we're currently in. Have a good whatever time period we're currently in, and enjoy the rest of your weekends. I can get words right. Bye.